ball well, and all our receivers, they've done a very good job all year long. And we can spread it around a little bit, but Tyrese has probably been targeting more than anybody, and he's a guy that can he can go the distance at any time, and we expect him to have a big game tonight.
Coach, one play we haven't seen this year, or I don't remember seeing, was a double reverse with Jordan Jackson. I love that call because that speed that Jackson brings off the edge is really good.
Yeah, it's something we've had in for a while, and it was kind of opportune time. And Jordan's got great speed, and he's an explosive guy. And we ran it down there kind of close to the goal line. Thought he got in. Obviously, the referees marked it short, but Jordan's got great explosiveness. He's has been played really well at receiver for us all year, but he's a guy that can change the ball game.
Coach, you talk about your defense. I think the key last Friday night, we were able to stop the run. And again, you mentioned your linebackers, Heber and Ulrich, Cameron Belcher and Sam Wynn playing really well, along with the safety, Mason Gregory.
Yeah, they played outstanding. It's a great effort by them. And, Bryant was more of a spread team. We're kind of built for that a little bit more than we are, than the Cabot, who's a dead T team. And because we really rely on our speed, what we can run. We're undersized, but our guys, they flew around, and they thought they played extremely fast and played hard.
Coach, the defense, and this team, while the record doesn't show it, I think they've played hard all year. And one series really epitomized that for me was after we were held. Bryant goes 95 yards down the field. They have first and goal on the 10-yard line. They go to the Wildcat formation. Our defense really stepped up and got a stop.
Yeah, they did. And, you get a sudden change, you get emotions. We get held on the 1-yard line, wanting to score there, and having to go out there and play defense. And like I said, they drove the ball, but we really and I thought Coach Steve Tessie made a couple of great calls down there, made some adjustments out of some timeouts and against their zone read stuff, and really proud of the way our defense. They showed a lot of heart. And it's one thing about this football team. You talk about a record. It's not where we want it to be, but we got an opportunity to finish strong here at the end of the year, and that's our main focus. But they've improved every week, and you see them really growing as a group.
We'll be back with more after this. This is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
All offers with approved credit. See dealer for details. Hey, old Rocket Randola here. Crane Hyundai on Zero Street in Fort Smith. And you know what Crane Hyundai on Zero Street has that the other dealers don't have? The Crane Commitment. That's right. 100,000-mile warranty on every new and pre-owned vehicle sold. It's 100% low price guarantee and a 100-hour love it or leave it exchange policy. And Hyundai Assurance. Plus, Crane Hyundai lets you shop over 1,500 pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. If you're even thinking about a vehicle, you need to think Crane Hyundai, Zero Street in Fort Smith.
South 28 Boutique is your source for local and authentic labels such as the complete Lauren James collection, Southern Tide, and Rustic Cuff. They offer tailgating hogwear for the entire family and menswear. Join their VIP texting to earn points for savings on the labels you love. And teachers always get 10% off the total purchase price. Download the South 28 app and save 20% off any one item with free shipping. Located at 418 North Plaza Drive, Van Buren. Call or text 719-2019.
A largemouth bass tearing at your bait, mallard circling above, dawn breaking through your tree stand. It's the outdoors that you love. Tackle boxes, hunting and fishing gear for what you love to do. The adventure starts at the tackle box for sportsmen just like you.
For all of your hunting and fishing needs, head to the Tackle Box, 3001 South Zero Street, Fort Smith. Call the Tackle Box today at 646-3193.
Welcome back, Coach. Our Spirit 106.3 officer player of the game was Ricardo Savoy.
Yeah, Ricardo did an outstanding job. That Ricardo is, had a great return. I thought he made some great runs the other night, really read the outside zone really well. Probably as proud of him than any other guy. He's been really consistent. He's brought a toughness. He's brought a confidence level that he didn't have last year, and he's really grown as a football player and really proud. And I expect him to have a big game tonight also.
Coach, we kind of joked with Savoy about who's the fastest on the team, and y'all are telling us that. And we watched him on the kickoff, and I think twice it looked like he changed gears, went to a different gear twice.
He did. It was kind of an interesting play. Sometimes on those kickoffs is when, they kind of kicked it short, and he caught it on a bounce full speed, and everybody got wadded up, and he's got another gear. I mean, he can really run, and he's really fast, and he can throw the ball, and I've been real proud of him when he's caught the ball this year also, and he's just played really, really good for us, and like I said, he's a guy that can go the distance too at any time.
Hey, Coach, our defensive player of the game was Cameron Belcher. Cameron had a great game, but what really impressed me even more was the fact he was injured a couple of times in the game, but he just kept coming back.
Yeah, he's been beat up a little bit all year, but I think he had 14 tackles, and guy was just really, and met them on the other side of the line of scrimmage a lot, made some big tackles for losses in situations, and he's the leader of our defense. He gets us lined up, and he's been pretty consistent too all year long. And Cam's a guy that love having on your teams. Great locker room guy, great leader, and then like I said, had 14 tackles, had 3 or 4 tackles for losses, and he really showed up and played.
You've got several teams that are all bunched up in the middle right now, from about 4th seed on, and it's an opportunity now for the Mavericks, if they can take care of business the last 3 weeks, to maybe get a home game.
Yeah, we got a good chance of that happening, and we don't think about it's like we've preached to our football team all week long is it's we control what's going to go on, and that's the main thing. We're not worried about checking scores here or there. We went out and we do what we're supposed to do, which we're very capable of doing that, and we can obviously get in the playoffs, which that's our goal. And anything can happen, but we control what the way our outcome comes. And if we finish strong, real good, we'll call it a successful year. And we got to get back in the playoffs, and once you get the playoffs, anything can happen. And the way this team keeps growing and getting better each week, that feel pretty confident that we could make a little noise in the playoffs, but we got to get there first, and it starts tonight with Little Rock Catholic.
Tell us about Little Rock Catholic.
Well, they got an outstanding back. Sammy Johnson's a guy who was a sophomore last year, ran all over us, ran all over everybody, and he's got tremendous speed. Saw him on film circle Bryant go 80 yards, and he if you don't wrap up and get him on the ground, he can make you look foolish, and he's a guy that's an outstanding player. Coach John Fogelman, I coached with him in El Dorado for a year. I think he's one of the best play callers in our conference. He's always going to have a couple of wrinkles, does a good job, and they're a pretty balanced team. They're going to give you some tight end and formation and things like that. And the quarterback throws it pretty well. They can throw it and run it, and he's going to do everything he can do to get Sammy Johnson the football. If that's either in the run game or pass game, then defensively they're giving up 42 points a game, and so they're kind of struggling defensively. But they do some things that make you confuse, a lot of twists and loops and disguise their down guys, and you got to be very aware of where they're going, and we got to be able to pick it up. And they'll put you in some bad plays sometimes just off scheme stuff, but then if we feel like we can get some big plays on some other stuff, and so as long as we pick it up and we're consistent, I think we can be able to move the ball. But they're a team that's they've beaten Northside. They've got one win in the conference. They've played the Bryants and North Little Rocks already, and one other thing, they got a great kicker. The senior kicker, he's kicked a 55-yard field goal against Bryant. I've seen him on a video at a pep rally kick a 65-yard field goal, and so that's the scary part, is him. Once they cross the 50, they can score points, and so we've got to do a good job of on our PAT block team, number one, and then obviously try to take care of Sammy Johnson.
Coach, good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Well, at the stadium after this is Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
What happened to paying one price and getting everything included? You buy an airline ticket and pay extra to bring a change of clothes, book a hotel room, and you're shelling out for Wi-Fi and overpriced bottled water. Really? Imagine my delight when I found out roadside assistance is now included with my shelter insurance auto policy. So if I get a flat tire and need a jump, I just call and they take care of me. There's no additional cost, but some restrictions apply.
Ask Shelter Insurance Agent Chris Dooley about a free auto insurance review.
Tyler Wilson here for Crabtree RV in Alma. Football season is here, and whether you're tailgating with the Razorbacks or enjoying the great outdoors, Crabtree can help you experience the natural state. Our giant indoor showroom makes shopping enjoyable with hundreds to choose from. You're sure to find the right RV for any budget, like the 2018 KZ Sportsman fifth wheel starting at $245 a month, or the 2018 Coachman Freedom Express as low as $210 a month. We're behind the Cracker Barrel in Alma, Crabtree RV, where your family's dreams come true.
Floyd Trailer Honda at 3200 South Zero Street in Fort Smith has been serving the River Valley for decades. A quality product and a commitment to customer service is what keeps people coming back. And Floyd Trailer Honda is a proud supporter of Fort Smith Southside Athletics. Stop in today and see the new Hondas arriving daily at Floyd Trailer Honda, 3200 South Zero Street, Fort Smith. Visit them online at trailerhonda.net.
The office of Dr. Henry J. Udodge Jr. and Dr. Henry J. Udodge III at Udodge Orthodontics has been a respected provider in our orthodontic care community since 1972. The top priority of their practice is to provide you the highest quality orthodontic care in a fun, friendly, comfortable environment. They utilize the latest technological advances in the field of orthodontics to ensure that you receive the most effective care possible. Udodge Orthodontics, 782-3021. Go Mavericks!
It's time to cheer because kickoff is near. Fort Smith Southside Maverick football is on the air. And now, here's your announcers for tonight's game. The voices of the Fort Smith Southside Mavericks, Bo Loftus and Keith Evans.
A very pleasant good evening. You're listening to Southside Maverick football, where tonight the Mavs host Little Rock Catholic here at Jim Rowland Stadium. I'm Keith Evans. I'll be calling the action tonight along with my broadcast partner, Bo Loftus. And, Bo, it's a playoff atmosphere for both teams tonight. What's kind of interesting is the fact that, Southside comes in at 1-6, and you're saying playoffs. There's no playoffs here, but Southside can win out. They've got a chance to host a game here in the playoffs.
Absolutely. I mean, virtually the playoffs start tonight for us. I mean, you got to win 3 ball games. You got 3 left. So win every one of them and you're in. And as you mentioned, win all 3 and you probably host. So got a lot to play for tonight against the Rockets.
Last week against Bryant, the defense played a lot better, and it really gave us hope. The first 4 ball games, we just got run over. Well, actually, it's been more than that. We've been run over, giving up chunk yardage. But last week, the D stepped up big. First, stopping the run, and obviously that's a key. If you can stop the run, you can. And we talked about this too, Bo, the fact that you got to put the other team in second long, third long, and Southside did that last week.
Yeah, they really did. I mean, you're talking about losing 30-19, 11 points against the number 1 team in the state. Very good effort by the Mav defense. Their stud Latavian Scott, who's been just Mr. All-World on the ground. He racked up 101 yards, but really he was a non-factor. We really took him out of their game plan, forced them to go with their sophomore quarterback, Jake Metters, made them put it through the air. They had a few big plays. I went back and watched a couple of the highlights. Most of their plays were just left and right. They have that spread offense. They throw it around the field. It was a lot of short dink and dunk plays, no big chunk yardage, as we've talked about. Just needed a few key stops here and there, and then we need to do some things on offense we couldn't do.
That's what Coach was saying in the pregame, was the fact that our defense, being a bit smallish, they do better when you play a spread offense. We saw that last week, especially the linebackers.
Yeah, absolutely. The linebackers were all over the field. And, when they're trying to run east and west versus line up and run over you, it really advantaged Southside, as we've talked about all year. Our defense, a little undersized but a lot quicker. So if you try to run east and west on them, we've got time to get some men in position.
On the offensive side of the ball, big plays last week by Tyree Solomon along with Tay Gatewood, but it was a game, too, where you played a really good Bryant defense, but you were hoping you'd get a little bit more offensive production to match the defense. If this team ever puts it together where both are clicking, it's going to be something special.
Yeah, they're going to be really good. And as you mentioned, Gatewood played well, as he always does, threw for almost 200 yards and a touchdown. He did throw a couple picks, though, and for some reason, it just seemed like we couldn't get going when we needed to. And then, as we talked about, there were a couple of calls that went against us. I think that really stopped our momentum. The first series, we held Bryant. Then we started driving, got it in 4th down situation, 4th and 1. Ran Gatewood on the keeper. We both thought he got it, and they called us short.
They were always right, too.
Well, of course we are. Of course we are. We got the best view. So that really, that was a key play, even though it was, our first offensive series. We had to settle for a field goal. But then, we're leading them 3-0. Really shut them out in the first quarter. We shut them out in the third quarter. It's just the second and fourth they really hurt us.
The special teams played well last week, especially Ricardo Savoy. We've been waiting for this all year, Bo. It took Game 7. He runs a kickoff back. But to me, what was more impressive was twice they had a chance to get him, and he had like second and third gear.
Yeah, he's really fast. And as you heard Coach mention in the opener, kind of caught the ball on a hop. It was an 80-yard return, and when he's got a head of steam, he's just, like you said, he's got a second gear, but he's got a third gear too, and it was good to finally see him in open space.
We're back to talk about tonight's opponent, the Catholic Rockets, after this. This is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
A largemouth bass tearing at your bait, mallard circling above, dawn breaking through your tree stand. It's the outdoors that you love. Tackle boxes, hunting and fishing gear for what you love to do. The adventure starts at the tackle box for sportsmen just like you.
For all of your hunting and fishing needs, head to the Tackle Box, 3001 South Zero Street, Fort Smith. Call the Tackle Box today at 646-3193.
Hey Maverick fans, this is your local State Farm agent Ethan Gamble, and whether it's the heart of the preseason or the heart of the postseason, teams always get a little boost from playing at home. Speaking of a boosted home, my State Farm agency can boost your savings when you combine your home insurance with your auto coverage. So score one for the home team. Talk to my team and I about big league savings for combining home and car coverage. Call me today at 479-783-2588.
Hello, radio listener. Are you enjoying the football game tonight? How would you like to be sitting in the warm, relaxing, and highly beneficial swirling waters of your own hot spring spa? A spa can be both relaxing and fun, and a great end to an exhilarating football game. So hurry into Burton Pools and Spas at 6121 South Zero to check out the great deals on pools and spas. Burton Pools and Spas. Let them show you how to get your feet wet without getting in over your head.
River Valley Truck Outfitters has served Western Arkansas and the River Valley area with a commitment to quality and excellence unmatched in the truck accessories industry. Whether you need step bars, grill guards, diesel performance products, camper shells, or wheels and tires, shop at the store you can depend on. River Valley Truck Outfitters, Highway 71 south atop Rye Hill in Fort Smith. River Valley Truck Outfitters, where quality and customer service is always number one.
Hal's Homemade Beef Jerky is known around the country for their fresh and delicious homemade beef jerky. For over 25 years, Hal's Homemade Beef Jerky has been offering a variety of spices and flavors to dress your beef jerky to fit your taste buds and is the perfect choice for homemade food lovers. Stop by their store in Shady Point, Oklahoma and get a free $5 bag when you spend $20 or order online at halshomemadejerky.com. Call 918-635-5759. Now accepting EBT.
All offers with approved credit. See dealer for details. Hey, old Rocket Randola here. Crane Hyundai on Zero Street in Fort Smith. And you know what Crane Hyundai on Zero Street has that the other dealers don't have? The Crane Commitment. That's right. 100,000-mile warranty on every new and pre-owned vehicle sold. It's 100% low price guarantee and a 100-hour love it or leave it exchange policy. And Hyundai Assurance. Plus, Crane Hyundai lets you shop over 1,500 pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. If you're even thinking about a vehicle, you need to think Crane Hyundai Zero Street in Fort Smith.
Your home for Fort Smith Southside football is Spirit 106.3 KZKZ Greenwood, Fort Smith.
Hey, remember tonight's game is brought to you in part by Crane Hyundai in Fort Smith. Experience the Crane difference at Crane Hyundai, 3600 South Zero, Fort Smith. Bo, the game tonight, Catholic. The name that always seems to come up, Sammy Johnson, the junior running back. This young man, if you don't hang on and make a tackle, he can go the distance.
Absolutely. He's a big guy. I mean, he's 5'11", 180, and he's fast, too. He can make you miss in open space. He's very shifty. I mean, last year as a sophomore, he ran for almost 2,000 yards and was able to get 20 touchdowns. So, and he picked up right where he left off. He's very good. So we're going to have to gang tackle. I mean, and Coach talked in the opener about how good Coach John Fogelman is about, getting guys in open space, and he's a good play caller. He's always got some wrinkles, so we're going to have to watch out for that. We're going to have to do everything we can to fly to the football, and it's not going to be one guy bringing this kid down. We're going to have to gang tackle.
And this is a typical Catholic team, really strong offense, defense, not quite as strong. You look at the defense, they've given up quite a few points this year. Catholic has given up 222 points. Compared to that, the Southside's defense has given up 290. This could be a shootout tonight.
Yes, it could.
Could be an understatement.
Could be a very exciting game. If you like offense, you're going to love this game tonight. So, I mean, Catholic, I watched a little bit of their game against North Little Rock, and it looked like they were lining up in a 5-2 defense, which, kind of I think plays to our advantage because that defense really sells out to stop the run and put your cornerbacks on an island. You've only got 2 linebackers to help in coverage. So if we can get Jordan Jackson and Tyrese Solomon going tonight, we're going to score a lot of points.
Yeah, you get some of those mismatches like you talk about, Bo, maybe get a safety on one of these guys, hit them long with some big plays. But, again, I think it also comes back to being able to run the football. Last week, that was one thing Southside was unable to do is run the football.
Yeah, we really were. I mean, we were only able to get in the end zone twice, only once on offense. The other one was Savoy's long kickoff return. So, you know, you look at the past couple of weeks, as we've gone throughout the season, we've kind of struggled in the run. We started out running the ball earlier in the year, and we've sort of moved to a little more air raid attack, I think, as Gatewood has gotten more comfortable with his receivers. But, you know, if you look at the play calls that Coach Williams has had starting the game, it seems like he always tries to establish that run and set up his passing attack. And I think that's probably what he'll try to do tonight.
One thing that we will see tonight from Little Rock Catholic that you don't see, when they cross the 50-yard line, they have a chance to score points. Their kicker, Christopher Elser, had a 55-yard field goal against Bryant.
That's amazing. You don't see that in high school very often. And as Coach said in the opener, he's seen him on film hit a 65-yarder, which is amazing. I mean, that's lining the ball up at the 50. You don't even see that in the pros. So, you know, hopefully we'll keep them on their own side of the field tonight.
And what's interesting, Southside won the toss. They're going to go ahead and take the football to start the ball game. So, you know, I could just tell people, just buckle it up. Let's get it going. This is going to be fun tonight, Bo. We've had some really high-scoring games. You know, you go back, look at the Cabot game. You go back, look at the Harbor game, first game of the year. Conway, you know, back and forth, and that's what this may be tonight. The first team that blinks may be in trouble.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right, Keith. I mean, you look at the games Catholic has played already. They gave up, 51 to North Little Rock. Well, I mean, that really doesn't say anything because everybody gives up a lot of points to them. But, they gave up 49 to Bryant, gave up 42 to Cabot. So I think we'll be able to score on these guys.
Well, now, what I'm interested to see tonight, and, of course, you're playing a very tough Catholic offensive team, but I think one thing I'm really looking forward to seeing is the confidence, hopefully, that was gained by the defense last week as well as they played last week. And I go back to one series, and I talked to Coach about this. 1st and 10 at our 10-yard line. They go from our 5 all the way down to our 10. They change it to the Wildcat formation. You're thinking, man, they're just going to run it in the end zone. We're tired. The kids bowed up. Got to stop.
Yeah, that was really good to see. And they had scored on that Wildcat earlier in the game, early in the second quarter, too. So that's something we haven't seen really up to this point in the year. Normally when teams get in the red zone, I mean, it's almost automatic. And so that showed a lot of heart with these guys bowing up and stopping them in that situation.
And one thing you'll notice, too, tonight, Bo, is we talk about numbers of kids on the team. Bryant, Cabot, Conway, a lot of numbers. You look on the sidelines of Catholic, it's one of the smaller groups we've seen this year.
It's sparse. Compared to last week, Bryant, there wasn't enough room for those kids to stand over there. There were so many. And, Catholic, you could shoot a cannon over there. You might not hit one of them. There's just not a lot of numbers, and that's probably, that's why we struggled. The Mavericks themselves have had a problem with numbers too, and so you see that a lot, especially with private schools like Catholic. So we'll see what we can do against them tonight.
Hey, Bo, we talk about this, and I like the idea of taking the ball first, just in the fact of the situation that, it's going to be an offense. It may be a game where it's the last team with the ball. I don't think it's going to be that way. We give it a big build-up, big offensive show. The defense may show up tonight.
You never know. If the defense plays as well as they did last week against Bryan, I think we'll be able to hold them. But, yeah, you're right. Sometimes when you get ready for one thing to happen, just like when we talked about North Little Rock, we thought they were going to run it so much, and the first play was a 60-yard pass.
And I think the key, too, for Southside will be to eliminate the big play. As Elser kicks off for Catholic, will kick the ball. It's going to go about 6 yards in the end zone. Will be a touchback. And, Bo, we talked about that last year with De'Eric. I'm drawing a blank now. Our kicker Gutierrez.
Yeah.
Last year to kick the ball in the end zone, and that is a weapon.
That is a weapon because, it makes it have a long field and gives your defense a chance. And that's something you just wish you could do that every time.
Southside will start this drive on their own 20-yard line as we start the ball game. Gatewood will be your quarterback. Southside will go with a spread formation, trip set to the right of Gatewood, 2 receivers to the left of Gatewood. Gatewood takes a snap, throws the ball. It's a quick pass, going to be incomplete through the hands of Mason Love at the 25-yard line. Will bring down 2nd and 10 for the Mavericks.
And the throw was a little high, but it was definitely a catchable ball. Love went up, the ball went right through his hands. That's one you really want to see him start out on a positive note. You want to catch that football.
That'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Mavs. Leighton Johnson checks in at fullback. Here's a handoff to Savoy. He's hitting the backfield. Is going to fall forward, maybe back to the 19-yard line. Will bring up third down, 3rd and 11 for the Mavericks.
Well, he was twisting and turning, but there was no room in there. Rockets had it covered up.
You know, Bo, what's interesting, I'm looking out there, the right corner for Little Rock Catholic is actually Christopher Elser, the kicker. You don't see that a lot.
No,
that's a numbers game right there. Again, it'll be a big third down for the Mavs. Third down, 3rd and 10. The ball spotted just shy of the 20-yard line. Southside lines up with Ricardo Savoy in the backfield. They go trip set wide side of the field. Now Savoy comes out to that side. Gatewood looks that way, throws the ball over the middle, has an open receiver. That's Jordan Jackson at the 40. He's at the 45, midfield, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25. And will be tackled by Elser inside the 25-yard line, down at the 24-yard line. Bo, there's that matchup.
Absolutely, and that was a great play by Jackson. He ran a little curl route, started over here on the near side of the field, caught the ball, and I think he was surprised that he was so wide open. There was nobody around, and he said, oh, wait, I guess I better run now.
That was on 3rd and 10. Big play for the Maverick offense as Leighton Johnson checks in at fullback. Johnson's an interesting case for the Mavs. This young man will probably be a starting linebacker for Southside next year, but right now he's going to work at fullback as he checks in along with Savoy in the backfield. Here's a snap. Here's a handoff to Savoy off the right side. Is going to be tackled for a loss back at the 28-yard line.
And just no room again on the ground. And that last play, you mentioned the kicker, Christopher Ellsworth, playing cornerback. He's the one who ran Jordan Jackson down on that last play. So that young man is very fast. You don't see that very often.
That was Jesse Bischoff making the play for the Catholic defense. Brings up 2nd down, 2nd and 13 for the Mavs. Just underway, no score. Gatewood calls out signals. They'll go 2 receivers either side of the field. Savoy in the backfield. Gatewood takes a snap. It's a quick pass out. Going to be incomplete. Fortunately for Southside, it goes incomplete as the ball was tipped. Going to be a swing pass out there, but Peter Fitz gets out there knocking the ball down and almost catches it. He catches it. It's a foot race.
Yeah, I don't think it was a foot race. He would have won. He's a big old boy. He's 6 foot, 200 pounds, but to jump up there and almost tip it to himself. You see that so often. They tip it up in the air. They just can't get over to it, and he almost did, so we dodged a bullet right there.
They'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 13 for the Mavs. The ball will be spotted again on the 26-yard line of Catholic. Gatewood calls out signals. Now man in motion, that's Savoy. Here's a snap to Gatewood. Gatewood steps up in the pocket, throws it across the field. Overthrows his intended receiver. That's Jordan Jackson at the 17-yard line. Will bring up 4th down for the Mavs. And, Bo, I almost think right here you're really in 4th down territory. Maybe just a bit too far for a field goal attempt.
Yeah, it might be. We've had our struggles in the kicking game. Of course, last week we hit a field goal to start off the game, but looks like they're going to go for it right here.
Southside will go line up this time, trip set wide side of the field. The ball is spotted on the right hash mark. Again, Savoy is your running back. Wyatt, the lone receiver, is on the short side. Now Savoy goes in motion. Gatewood takes a snap, looks down the field, still looks, throws the ball in the middle. It's going to be complete inside the 10. That's Solomon. Touchdown, Southside.
Wow, what a great catch by Tyrese Solomon. Caught the ball in the middle of the field in a bunch of traffic. Was able to show the strong hands just to hang on to the ball and walk into the end zone.
And, Bo, get this. 4th and 13, you get a 26-yard touchdown pass. 3rd and 10, a 56-yard pass. So Southside working it to the end, but they're making the plays.
That's right. And that's what we've seen our defense do. Been so frustrating, have a chance to get off the field and not been able to do it. And I know that's what Catholic is feeling right now.
Connor Robles will check in the ball game for Southside. Colt McBride will be your holder as he'll attempt the extra point. Ball is down. Your kick is up. Your kick is good. 10:04 to go here in the first quarter. Southside leads 7-zip. Be back with the Mav kickoff after this. This is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
First National Bank of Fort Smith has been committed to the community and their customers for a very long time. In fact, since 1872. You might say a few things have changed since then, but a couple of things at First National Bank have remained the same for the last 145 years. First National Bank is still locally owned, with local decisions, so they know that their commitment continues. They're proud of the past and excited about the future. First National Bank of Fort Smith. Member FDIC.
Welcome back. That was a 6-play, 80-yard drive, culminating with a 26-yard touchdown pass from Tay Gatewood to Tyrese Solomon. And again, Bo, the big thing about that's the fact they had them 3rd and 4th down, and we've seen that all year with Southside, so it's turnabout's fair play sometimes.
It's good to be on the other end of it. And, you know, when we needed big plays, we went to our 2 big play receivers. The first one on 3rd down went to Jordan Jackson. Then we went to Tyrese on the 4th down play.
It'll be Shell Connect along with Johnson back deep, and the ball will hit at the 3-yard line. It's on the ground. It's on the ground. Let's see who has it. Southside has it.
That was a huge mistake by the Rockets return man. You've got it. The ball was bouncing. Looked like it was going to go out of bounds. I don't even know why he tried to pick it up. Bent down to pick it up and fumbled it, and then I didn't see who jumped on the ball, but we were right there to grab it.
Yeah, that was Nick Cobb that actually tried to field the ball for Little Rock Catholic, and Bo, you got to expect that if you're Little Rock Catholic, and Sammy Johnson's back there. You're not going to let him touch the ball.
No, you're not going to kick it to him at all. And the ball was kind of careening out of bounds. I mean, had so much side spin. I don't know why you just don't just let that thing bounce out.
Well, we saw that last week with Southside that Mason Love touched one that looked like it was going out of bounds. But, you know, sometimes you make that decision. You're not really sure. It'll be 1st and 10 for Southside at the 24-yard line. Gatewood looks to throw the ball. He's going to be pressured and he's going to be sacked in the backfield back at the 36-yard line. That is Peter Fitz making the play defensively for Little Rock Catholic. Will bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 22 for the Mavericks.
Yeah, Mr. Peter Fitz having a game already. He's the one who tipped it up to himself just a minute ago, and that's something you don't see very often is someone sacking Tay Gatewood. Normally he's able to elude him, but Fitz just came straight up the gut, and Gatewood had nowhere to go.
And he had no chance. You know, Bo, you want to say, well, throw the ball away. He had no chance.
No,
he looked up, and Fitz was there.
He was falling backwards.
2nd down, 2nd and 22 for the Mavs at the Catholic 36-yard line. Here's a snap. Here's a keeper by Gatewood up the middle. Is going to get to the 30-yard line. We'll get 6 yards back. We'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 16 for the Mavs right at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, and that was the fake to Ulrich coming across that we always see. And Gatewood pulled it, and we've seen them have a lot of success with that play up the middle.
Big play for Southside. Bo ahead 7-zip here early. Boy, if you could get 2 quick touchdowns, that would be great.
And 3rd and 16 is nothing for us, as we saw last series.
Gatewood calls out signals now, man in motion. That's Ulrich. Gatewood looks that way, still looks, throws over the middle, going to be complete to Jordan Jackson at the 10. He's at the 5. Touchdown, Southside.
Wow. Just, nothing complicated about it. Just a little slant route. Jackson started out on the left side of the field, connected. I mean, they found that soft spot in the middle of the defense. They've done it all year. They love that play, and he just caught the ball in stride and once again walked into the end zone.
And, Bo, you're so confident, 3rd and 16 if they'll make that. Connor Robles checks in for Southside. Colt McBride will be your holder. Again, 8:45 to go here. Southside leads 13-zip. Connor Robles will attempt the extra point. Ball is down. Your kick is up. Your kick is good. Southside now leads 14-zip. Be back with the Mav kickoff after this. This is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
Tonight's Southside Maverick football game is being brought to you in part by La Huerta Grill. La Huerta serves the best Mexican food anywhere. Enjoy mouth-watering fajitas with all the fixins for just $7.99. La Huerta Grill's lunch specials are perfect if you're in a hurry. Only $3.99 for the Speedy Gonzales. Open Saturday through Thursday 11 to 9, Fridays 11 to 10. La Huerta Grill, located on the corner of Old Greenwood Road and South Gary. A proud sponsor of Southside Maverick football.
There was a 3-play, 24-yard drive for Southside, culminating with a 31-yard touchdown catch by Jordan Jackson. And, Bo, you couldn't ask for a better start if you're Southside.
Now, so many times we've gotten into the whole 14-0, had to claw our way back. It feels really good to be on the other end of it.
Robles will kick off for Southside. Back deep will be Luke Shilconnect along with Sammy Johnson. And now Southside this time will do an onside kick that will be recovered by Catholic at their own 46-yard line, and we've got a whistle on the play. Looks like maybe a procedure penalty on Southside.
Yeah, it could have been offsides on that one. I don't think anyone expected that except for the guy that caught the ball. That was Phillip Ball. He kind of came right to him. He just fell on it.
This is interesting. Southside will punt the ball away because it's a dead ball, offsides, dead ball, Arkansas rules, and now they'll kick off again as the offense was on the field for Little Rock Catholic. You know, they're kind of thinking, they're kind of antsy right now down 14-zip, haven't even run a play yet.
Yeah, exactly. That makes it tough. And now's where, as the Maverick kickoff team, you got to be really careful because you don't want to kick it to number 1. He's lined up over here on the left side of the field.
I'm surprised they don't move him around.
Yeah, you would think so. Try to confuse the kickoff team.
Or change numbers.
There you go.
Even that. Robles lines up to kick the ball off for Southside. Again, Johnson, and she'll connect back deep for Catholic. Here's the kick. It's a short kick again. Going to be fielded by Cobb, and Cobb is going to have it at the 40-yard line. We'll get across the 40 to the 43. This time he catches the football. Really good coverage over there. We've got a flag on the play. I'm not sure what it's going to be here, but the downside to trying to keep the ball away from Sammy Johnson is field position.
Yeah, you know you're going to give up a little field position, but that's okay. It's a lot better than giving up 6 points. And if you're the Catholic Rockets, I think you fair catch that ball right there. There's no need to try to run. You've got your Mavericks bearing down on you. Something bad could happen. You already know you're going to get it in good field position. Don't try to make something crazy happen.
And there was a face mask penalty on Southside on the kick. They'll move the ball into Southside territory. They'll start this drive for Little Rock Catholic. Their first drive of the game will start on the Southside 42-yard line.
Well, that good field position gets compounded when you put that face mask on there.
Jake James is your quarterback, and the backfield will be Sammy Johnson. He'll be the lone back there. Here's the handoff to Johnson off the left side. Is going to be hit, gets away from the hit, is at the 30-yard line, at the 25-yard line. He's at the 20-yard line, is inside the 15-yard line. We've been knocked out of bounds, Bo, and it's going to be a touchdown. I thought he went out of bounds at about the 5, but he gets in the end zone for the touchdown. Bo, that was too easy.
That was too easy. I mean, that kid just runs straight through tackles. We had him tackled, stopped for short gain, and he's just bouncing off Maverick defenders, and they look like they're in good position. They're squaring up to make the tackle, but, I mean, he's just too strong.
Elser will be in for the extra point. James will be your holder. As he's what's got a bit unusual, Elser is actually a left-footed kicker. Ball is down, the kick is up. We've got a penalty flag on the play.
There's a flag on the field.
The only thing slowing this game down has been the penalty.
Yeah.
It's going to be procedure on Little Rock Catholic. Will move them back 5 yards, so they'll have to attempt it again. And, Bo, that was easy right there. That was Johnson. The speed and quickness.
Yeah, I mean, it's speed, quickness, and power. He broke several tackles. I think 5 or 6 Mavericks had a chance at bringing him down and just couldn't do it.
Well, they've got him listed 5'11", 179. I'm not sure he's 5'11".
Yeah, I don't know.
I think he's the 179, but not 5'11".
He's at least the 179. He may not be 5'11".
Again, Elser will attempt the extra point. This time it will be a 25-yard extra point. Ball is down. Your kick is up. And hits the goalpost. No good. We've got 8:31 to go here in the first quarter. Southside leads 14-6. Be back with the Catholic kickoff after this. This is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
Hi, this is Art Haynes from the Chiefs Radio Network here for Play It Again Sports at 2817 South Zero Street in Fort Smith. Play It Again supports the Southside Mavericks. Mention this ad and receive 20% off your purchase that day of any new or used sporting equipment. They carry baseball, football, wrestling, disc golf, and fitness equipment. Bring in your quality used gear for additional savings. That's Play It Again Sports, 2817 South Zero. Proud supporter of Southside.
That was a one-play, 42-yard drive for the Catholic Rockets, a 42-yard run off the left side by Sammy Johnson for the touchdown. And Christopher Elser will kick off. He missed the extra point, Bo, and I don't think that happens very often.
He's probably confused. I don't think that happens to him very much.
He approaches the football. Here's the kick. It's going to go into the end zone. It's going to be actually he's trying to make up that extra point as he barely missed it right there. Southside will start this drive on their own 20. And Bo, that is one definite advantage you have right there. We look at the kickoffs early in the ball game. Southside started on the 20-yard line twice now. Catholic started on the Southside 42-yard line, which is a culmination of a great kicker for Catholic along with Sammy Johnson.
Yeah, which just basically trying to keep the ball away from Sammy Johnson, and then we had a face mask penalty, so gave them great field position. Although they wouldn't have needed it, it didn't matter with that one play touchdown drive because I think if the field would have been 200 yards, he would have scored easily.
Ulrich checks in the backfield for Southside. He'll get a handoff this time. He's going to be hitting the backfield, going to lose 2 on the play. As making the play for Catholic is Nick Gonzalez. We'll bring up second down, 2nd and 12 for Southside. Bo, you're exactly right what you were saying. You go that 5-2 defense. They're determined to stop the run, but, maybe you go up top more.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to. I mean, they're selling out to stop the run, so we're just going to have to maybe throw it around on first down instead of run it.
Gatewood has an empty backfield this time. They go trip set short side of the field. Here's a pass out complete to Ulrich. He's going to get across the 20, works his way up to the 25-yard line. A nifty run by Ulrich to get positive yardage. Bryce Stein makes a play for Little Rock Catholic, brings up 3rd down, 3rd and 5 for the Mavs.
Well, here we are, 3rd and 5, which you would think would be manageable, but we've had a lot of success on 3rd and 15. Maybe we move it back a little bit.
Move it back, get a penalty here? No. Again, 7:39 to go here in the first quarter. Southside leads 14-6. They'll go trip set wide side of the field with Dylan White setting up on the short side of the field. As Gatewood calls out signals, now Ulrich goes in motion. Gatewood takes a snap, looks down the field, is going to be pressured, throws the ball, it's going to be incomplete. The backside pursuit over there, I believe that was Peter Fitz again making the play defensively for Catholic, forces an errant throw by Tay Gatewood.
Yeah, they caught up with Tay Gatewood. He was rolling away from him, but he could just should have thrown it a second quicker. I knew he felt those guys chasing him behind him. He was lucky really to get it away, at least give us a chance to punt it away.
Adam Puckett will punt the ball away for Southside. Corbin Weaver back deep, along with Nick Gonzalez back for Catholic, will stand at their own 40-yard line. Puckett stands inside his 15, approximately the 11-yard line, takes a snap, gets a kickoff, gets a high kick. It's going to be a bit short. It's going to land at the Southside 48, takes a Catholic bounce inside the 45 down to the 44-yard line, and that's going to be a net 20-yard kick for Puckett, which has been very unusual this year for Mr. Puckett.
Yeah, it came off his foot. It looked like it was going to be a really good kick, and then it just kind of arced straight up into the air and turned out to be a really short kick. And once again, Catholic's going to have very good starting field position on the Maverick side of the field.
Again, Jake James is your quarterback. Sammy Johnson in the backfield. They'll go 2 receivers wide side of the field. They'll have strong left set up. They hand the ball off to Sammy Johnson again. He's going to get outside again. He's at the 40. Is being chased inside the 40. We'll get inside the 35 down to the 31-yard line. And Bo, so far, he's pretty much been able to do what he wants to do.
Yes, he has. And that was I don't know how many yards that was, about 15-yard run off to the left and just nothing.
You hold your breath when he touches the
You really
football.
do. You just kind of hope you can get him, hope you can bring him down.
It'll be 1st and 10 for Catholic at the Southside 31-yard line. James works pistol formation. Here's a handoff to Johnson, hitting the backfield. That's Cam Belcher making the play back at the 45-yard line. Going to lose 3 on the play. Brings up 2nd down, 2nd and let's call it 13 for Catholic. And great job by Cameron Belcher. Had a couple other mates back there to kind of slow him down. But Belcher, boy, he's making some really solid tackles for the last 2 weeks.
Absolutely, and that's what you got to do. Hit him before he gets a chance to get rolling.
James this time will line up under center, looks over the defense. Again, has Johnson in the backfield, now has a man in motion. Here is a handoff to Johnson again, and Johnson's hitting the backfield. He's going to lose more yardage back at the 37-yard line.
And I count 7 Mavericks getting off the pile right there, and that's what we talked about, gang tackling.
Yeah, I see Cam Belcher along with Bennett Windell and Martez Gaston making the play for Southside. Big 3rd down here, 3rd and 16, the ball back to the 37-yard line, and big play for the Mav defense here, Bo, and 14-6.
We need to step up and get a stop right here, and like Coach mentioned, they'll probably kick a field goal. They know that their kicker's got the leg, so we'll see what we can do, get off the field.
They go 2 backs in the backfield. 2 receivers short side of the field. Here's a snap. James wants to throw the ball, throws the ball down the field, has an open receiver, catches it at the 5-yard line, runs out of bounds. That's Anki Welu on the play.
And we had a safety over in coverage, had one-on-one with Anki Welu running down the sideline and just threw it over his head.
And if he's able to turn up, he walks in the end zone.
Yeah, he caught the ball and didn't really realize where his feet was and then stepped out of bounds.
And, Bo, that's almost too easy right there, that pass. You had 3rd and 16, and they get the ball inside the 5-yard line. And
you can't let anybody get behind you. Yeah. That's what we did.
Yeah, exactly right. It would be a 32-yard completion right there. So, but it's been that way. That's been the game tonight for both teams.
Big plays.
James calls out signals, takes a snap. Here's a handoff to Sammy Johnson. Johnson's going to be hit and dropped at about the 4-yard line. Nice pursuit by the Maverick defense. Getting off the bottom of the pile for Southside. I believe that's big old number 96, Travis Chaffee, leads a charge along with Cameron Belcher again. You give Belcher that player of the week, man. He's geared up.
That's right. He's excited about it. And they're doing a good job stopping the middle. Catholics had a little more success on the edges.
Again, it'll be 2nd down, 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line. Here's a snap. Here's a handoff. That's to the fullback. That's Luke Shellconnect on the touchdown for Little Rock Catholic, a 4-yard touchdown run. And Bo, there was just a big hole right there. They gave him a little different look. You had 3 backs. It was a power full backfield back there. You had 3 backs back there, and Schilkeneck just walks in the end zone.
Yeah, and we saw him last year. He can run too.
Now Elser in for the extra point. Wonder if he's lost his confidence after the miss.
I doubt it.
The ball is down. The kick is up. I think Southside had a chance to block that. The extra point is good. 5:04 to go here. Southside leads 14-13. Be back with the Catholic kickoff after this. This is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
Let's see. Leaky faucet Tuesday. Water flooding the yard. Better put that down for the middle of the month when the bills aren't due.
Honey, what are you doing?
Planning our plumbing problems, of course.
You can't plan our plumbing problems, but you should plan our plumber.
What do you mean?
Like all important contacts, I keep Westark Plumbing in my phone. They're always there when we need them, and they don't overcharge since they know we don't plan our plumbing problems. Here, honey, here's their number.
646-5151. Thanks, babe.
Westark Plumbing. We keep you flowing.
Welcome back. That was a 4-play, 45-yard drive for Little Rock Catholic. Key play of the drive with 32-yard pass completion on 3rd and 16. Nick Schilkeneck runs it in from 4 yards out to culminate the drive. Again, the ball is kicked in the end zone. Southside will start this drive on their 20-yard line.
Elser, the ball landed about 5 yards out of the back of the end zone right there.
But he's going to get tired at some point.
He's not going to be able to walk. I mean, his legs are going to be jello. That kid has got a huge leg.
Hey, tonight's Maverick sponsor of the game is Carmen Trucking. Your family-owned trucking company based in Fort Smith, a proud sponsor of the Fort Smith school systems. 1st and 10 Southside at the 20-yard line. Has Savoy in the backfield as they'll go with Leighton Johnson at fullback. And now we've got a flag on the play. Looks like we may have a procedure penalty on the Mavs. Bo, maybe they needed 1st and 15 instead of
maybe.
Northside leading North Little Rock 7-zip in the first quarter. A bit of a surprise.
That is. You look at this game, Keith, 5 possessions, 4 touchdowns. We talked about a shootout. This is going to be one of those back-and-forth games. You're just going to have to answer almost every time.
Again, 1st and 10 for Southside at their own 15-yard line. They'll have one back in the backfield. That's Savoy. Actually, they'll go strong this time as Leighton Johnson will be set up left strong for Southside. Here's a snap. Gatewood looks to throw the ball, throws the ball down the field, has an open receiver, and it's going to be a good play, really, defensively.
Wow.
It could have been intercepted over there, but Tyree Solomon's able to knock the ball away at the last second.
Yeah, it was a good play by Tyrese. He turned into the defender. The ball was thrown well short. He had his man beat. He had to come way back just to knock the ball down. That's one of those I know Gatewood wishes he had back because that was an easy touchdown if he put some air into the ball.
But the thing I am noticing, though, Catholic doing a good job of stopping the run, also doing a very good job of getting pressure on Gatewood here early in the ball game.
They've been in the backfield a lot. You're right.
Gatewood takes a snap, looks down the field, still looks, throws the ball over the middle, has an open receiver. Jordan Jackson is at the 45, midfield, 45-40, 35-30, 25-20, 15-10. Will be knocked out of bounds. Let's see. They're going to knock him out of bounds at the 3-yard line. Look like it's about the 8-yard line, but they'll give him the 3.
Give him a couple extra steps there. And I don't really know why. He wasn't pushed out of bounds. He just kind of ran out of bounds. That was a great throw and catch. It was a little seam route. Gatewood threw it over the top, and Jordan Jackson caught it. I mean, he was at full speed when he pulled that ball in, and he was off to the races.
Well, it looks like to me that Jordan really needs to trust his speed, and I'm not sure he's really doing that right now.
You're right.
Does that make sense?
No, it makes perfect sense because I feel like he's a lot faster than he's showing out there. He's just got to, bear down and run.
1st and goal, Southside. Here's a snap. Gatewood keeps it off the right side. We'll try to get outside. Gets outside. Touchdown, Southside.
Wow, what a play. Same play we've had so much success. The Gatewood keeper fake it inside, and then he cuts it outside. Made 3 Rocket defenders miss to get into the end zone. Great play by Mr. Gatewood.
Nice drive for the Mavs. That was a 2-play, 80-yard drive for the touchdown. And you're right, Bo, it's going to be a shootout.
Yes, it is.
As Connor Robles checks in for Southside. At 4:42 to go here, Southside now leads 20-13. Colt McBride on the hold. Ball is down. Your kick is up. And your kick is good. 4:42 to go here. Southside now leads 21-13. Be back with the Maverick kickoff after this. This is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
South 28 Boutique is your source for local and authentic labels such as the complete Lauren James collection, Southern Tide, and Rustic Cuff. They offer tailgating hogwear for the entire family and menswear. Join their VIP texting to earn points for savings on the labels you love. And teachers always get 10% off the total purchase price. Download the South 28 app and save 20% off any one item with free shipping. Located at 418 North Plaza Drive, Van Buren. Call or text 719-2019.
Hey, Bo, get this. 2 catches tonight by Jordan Jackson. He's got 146 yards on 2 catches.
Wow.
Hey, we're still in the first quarter. We're talking a 500-yard game tonight.
Absolutely.
Robles will kick off for Southside. Bo, I think it's one of these games, too, that just keep answering. That's what you got to do is Robles will kick off. Here's his kick. It's a short kick again. Going to be a fair catch called this time. That's Cobb. Makes the fair catch at the 27-yard line. And, Bo, that's a lot. That's a good job by Southside right there. We'll give them the 27-yard line. Just don't let Sammy Johnson touch the football.
Absolutely. We'll take that. Because, I mean, they've been starting on our side of the field, so starting from their own 26 is much better. And, yeah, I agree. Tyrese and Jordan Jackson, they're going to have huge games. Those boys are going to be tired after this one's over.
Be 1st and 10 for Catholic. They'll start this drive on their 27-yard line off the left hash mark. Here's a snap. Here's a handoff to Johnson. Hitting the backfield is going to get maybe 1 yard on the play. Good pursuit. Making the play for Southside is Hebron Ulrich leads the charge for the Southside defense. And Hebron really came into his own last week. I thought he had his best game of the year.
Yeah, I mean, we talked again and again about those linebackers. Hebron, Cameron Belcher, Sam Wynn, and they picked up right where they left off.
He's 2nd down, 2nd and 12 for the Rockets. They trail Southside 21-13 here in the first quarter. James waits on the snap, takes a snap. He wants to roll right, throws the ball down the field, has an open receiver to the 30-yard line, hit at the 30, and is tackled at the 35-yard line. Good coverage over there for Southside. That was D.D. Smith making the play for Southside. On the catch was Brandon Ward. We'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and about 3 for Catholic.
And that was a excellent tackle in space right there by D.D. He knew, man catches the ball 3 yards short of the first down. So many times we've seen him break a tackle and able to get the first down, and he wasn't going to let him that time.
Again, 3rd down, 3rd and 3. Big play here for the MAV defense. We say that here early in the ball game. Southside leads 21-13. They'll go with a reverse T backfield here as James takes a snap, hands it off to his running back. Hitting the backfield, drop for a loss. That's Ulrich again making the play for the Southside defense. Will bring up 4th down, 4th and 4 for Catholic. On the carry that time was, I call him the fullback, Luke Schilconnect, and looks like Catholic will punt the ball away here. What a great job by Hebron Ulrich.
Good job stepping up by the defense. The Mavericks, they're kind of doing the same thing Catholic's doing. They're saying you're not going to run it up on the middle on us. You might throw it on us, you might run it to the outside, but you're not going to run it up the gut.
Here's the punt. That's Elser punting. Gets a high punt. It's going to come down. That's D.D. Smith. Will take it. Now he lets it hit. Doesn't touch the ball inside the 5-yard line, and going to be down at the 1. And, boy, you got to make that play, Bo.
Yeah,
he had a chance, too, because Elser outkicked his coverage.
Yeah.
You can make that play.
Yeah, you can catch that. I think the ball, D.D. wasn't expecting the ball.
I'm sorry, that was Jalen Coleman on the play, number 10. I get 10 and 11. Yeah, it was Jalen Coleman on the play. So I'll correct that. But you're right. He's got to make that catch. And I'm not sure he really knew where he was at on the field.
Yeah, I think you're right because he was thinking it was going to go into the end zone, and so he let it bounce, and then it still had plenty of green grass before it got to the Maverick end zone.
Well, I guess on a positive note, you can say there's more room to run for Tyree Solomon and Jordan Jackson. They'll start this drive on their own 1-yard line as Gatewood goes under center. And Southside moves on the play.
Well, there's no the ball's on the 1, so not a lot of room to move it right now.
Yeah, that was the left side of the Southside line moves, so they'll move it back maybe a millimeter. So, again, still be 1st and 10 for Southside. If you're going to get a penalty, I guess that's the place to do it.
Yeah, that's 1 penalty for a half a yard.
Be 1st and 10 for Southside. The ball spotted just almost on the goal line as Gatewood looked like they may try to do maybe just a quarterback sneak to get it out. Gatewood's under center, takes a snap, and that's what he's going to do. Going to try to get some positive yardage. We'll get it out to about the 2-3 yard line, bring up 2nd down, 2nd and let's call it 8 for the Mavericks.
Well, you got a little room to work with, a little breathing room.
But we definitely haven't had the best field position tonight, though.
No, we haven't, but we've been able to, score in spite of that. You know, Gatewood's so elusive, you think no one's going to catch him in the end zone right here for a safety, but you got to give this Catholic Rocket defensive line credit. They've been in our backfield chasing Gatewood around this whole first quarter.
I'd almost go with the rollout here. Here's a snap. They're going to come with the inside blitz. They throw the ball outside complete to Mason Love across the 10. We'll have a first down at the 15-yard line, and nice catch by Mason. Bo did a good job of securing the football.
Yeah, he knew what he had to do there. The main thing is catch the ball, and that's exactly what he did. He went right to the stick, so he was already at first down yardage. And that's the problem when you send someone on an inside blitz. You leave the middle of the field wide open, and Gatewood was able to find him.
1st and 10 Southside. The ball will be spotted on the right hash at the 14-yard line. 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Southside leads 21-13. Gatewood's in the backfield by himself. Takes a snap. It's a quick slant pass out to Mason Love. Tries to turn it upfield. We'll get to the 15, maybe the 16-yard line. Not much there. Making the play defensively for Little Rock Catholic is Trevor Carther makes the play. A gain of 2 on the play brings up 2nd down, 2nd and 8. Well, actually, they'll give him 1 yard. It'll be 2nd down, 2nd and 9 for Southside. Hey, that was that guy that was spotting the ball last week at Bryan. He's back.
Yeah.
Be 2nd and 9 for Southside. But the thing about that play is to me, it almost takes too long to develop, and you saw it right there. Love really never could get turned up. Here's a snap. It's a keeper by Gatewood off the left side, crosses the 20, and we've got a late flag. He's at the 30-yard line, at the 35. He's at the 40, 45, midfield, 45. Will be knocked out of bounds across the 40, but I think it's coming back.
Yeah, I think we're going to have holding on this one for sure. He had this is not who made the hold, but he did have a lineman out in front of him clearing the path. It's a very well-designed play, but yeah, it was doomed from the start. He should have just ran out of bounds and saved his breath.
You don't know it at the time. But, that was a good job by Gatewood, too, making the initial man miss. Got down the field, made a nice run. But, really no thing that slowed the game down so far tonight has been the yellow flags.
Yes, and
on both sides.
We've seen a lot of them.
Actually, I don't know that Catholic's not had a penalty tonight.
No, they've got the yellow helmets, but they hadn't gotten any yellow flags.
They'll bring up 2nd down, 2nd, and they'll mark it back to the 7-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down, 2nd, and 17 for Southside. As Gatewood will look over the defense, he'll go trip set short side of the field, 2 receivers wide side of the field. It looks like they want to come with maybe an inside blitz. Now they back off, come outside. Here's a slant pass going to be complete. He's at the 15, gets away at the 20-yard line. He's at the 25, 30, 35, 40. 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Southside.
Well, that's Mr. Tyrese Solomon. And, you get these guys going back and forth. I think it's a competition between him and Jordan Jackson on who's going to rack up the most yards. Wait, was that Jordan Jackson that did that? Check my number.
That was Tyrese Solomon, number 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Jordan ran over there and congratulated him. So, he just that was one of those plays that we like to run, that little swing pass out to the sideline. And Tyrese made the corner miss, and once he did that, it was off to the races.
Yeah, he wants to catch that yardage. We talked about what Jordan Jackson had. Now Tyrese Solomon, 93-yard touchdown catch right there. But you see what it is. Where it's coming from, Bo, is they've actually got an inside slot receiver, and he's doing the damage. They're getting that mismatch right there, and that's been the difference. As the attempt is no good by Connor Robles. That will get us back on even numbers as Southside now leads 27-13. Be back with the Mavs kickoff after this. It's a Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
Floyd Trailer Honda at 3200 South Zero Street in Fort Smith has been serving the River Valley for decades. A quality product and a commitment to customer service is what keeps people coming back. And Floyd Trailer Honda is a proud supporter of Fort Smith Southside Athletics. Stop in today and see the new Hondas arriving daily at Floyd Trailer Honda, 3200 South Zero Street, Fort Smith. Visit them online at trailerhonda.net.
That was a 3-play drive for Southside. They go 99 yards. It was a 93-yard touchdown catch. Actually, really, it was the feet of Tyrese Solomon that did the bulk of the work. He gets out in the open field, takes it to the house for a Southside touchdown, 93 yards. And, Bo, I'll tell you what, you look at the yardage right now, Mr. Gatewood's approaching 300 yards here in the first quarter.
Yes, he is. He loves it when those receivers take off running like that.
Here's the kick, and look like Schlickenneck was calling for a fair catch, has an outside lane at the 30-yard line, will get across the 35. And I'll tell you, Bo, I was looking at that. Schlickenneck stuck his hand up. Don't know if he was reaching up to catch the ball or what he was doing, but gets a nice return for Catholic. Again, they'll have really nice field position as the ball will be spotted at the 38-yard line.
He was putting his hands up to shield for the lights. That's what he was doing.
He didn't wave his arm.
No,
so
he didn't wave it.
Again, 48 seconds here to go. Southside leads 27-13, still in the first quarter. Jake James, still your quarterback, works pistol formation. Takes a snap, fakes a handoff to Sammy Johnson, throws a swing pass out complete across the 40-yard line. He's at the 45, across the 46 to the 49-yard line, making the catch over there for Little Rock Catholic is Adam Shepard. And, Bo, that's the one thing I don't know if they really have. They usually have it. But he's a pretty good-sized kid. He's 6'4", 230, but they've had some really good tight ends at Catholic over the years.
Yeah, and tight end's so hard to account for, and that's, one of those things the coach was talking about, those wrinkles they throw in that we have to watch out for.
They go trip set this time. Here's a handoff to Johnson. Johnson's hit. And boy, he's flung forward to about midfield. He is down on the play. Well, he gets up now. Kind of scared. He's coming off the field. And
that was Martez Gaston who got his hands on him and kind of just slung him down, and he went rolling.
Now move the ball back. His knee had touched back just short of the 49-yard line. Loses a half a yard on the play. And Southside, with the exception of the first play, has really done a pretty good job on Sammy Johnson. It's been the passing, the slant passes they've been throwing us have really hurt Southside here in the first quarter as James calls out signals, takes a snap, hands it off to his tailback, will cross midfield, gets in Southside territory across the 40-yard line of Southside. 2 or 3 missed tackles later, that is Luke Shilconnect making the play for Little Rock Catholic, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. At the end of one quarter, Southside leads Little Rock Catholic 27-13. Be back with the start of the second quarter after this. Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
The office of Dr. Henry J. Udodge Jr. and Dr. Henry J. Udodge III at Udodge Orthodontics has been a respected provider in our orthodontic care community since 1972. The top priority of their practice is to provide you the highest quality orthodontic care in a fun, friendly, comfortable environment. They utilize the latest technological advances in the field of orthodontics to ensure that you receive the most effective care possible. Udodge Orthodontics, 782-3021. Go Mavericks!
A largemouth bass tearing at your bait, mallard circling above, dawn breaking through your tree stand. It's the outdoors that you love. Tackle boxes, hunting and fishing gear for what you love to do. The adventure starts at the tackle box for sportsmen just like you.
For all of your hunting and fishing needs, head to the Tackle Box, 3001 South Zero Street, Fort Smith. Call the Tackle Box today at 646-3193.
Welcome back to Jim Rowland Stadium. It's been a very exciting first quarter. Southside leads 27-13, and Catholic will have first down at the Southside 38-yard line of Bow. I don't know that I've been seeing too many games where you've got a quarterback probably approaching 300 yards in the first quarter, but Tate Gatewood, I think, is there.
Yeah, you're right. You don't see that very often. And
James takes a snap, fakes a handoff, wants to throw the ball, looks down the field, throws the ball, has an open receiver, and he's going to drop the ball over there. It was really a tough catch that was intended for Brandon Ward at the Southside 28-yard line. On the coverage for Southside was Jalen Coleman. We're bringing up second down, 2nd and 10 for the Catholic Rockets.
The ball was just thrown a little high and a little behind him. He was running out route. If he'd have caught the ball, he could have turned it upfield. There was no Maverick defenders really around him. Just kind of got lucky. He dropped it right then.
I'll bring up second down, 2nd and 10 for Catholic. Shilconnect is your tailback. Will take a handoff this time off the right side. Breaks a tackle of Sam Wynn and gets inside the 30. Will be about 2 yards short of the first down. And again, Bo, they had him wrapped up, just couldn't get him down. But again, we're talking a small back, but a lot of size, 5'8", 195.
Yeah, it's a compact guy, and he's tough to bring down, very powerful. And it's really kind of weird they bottled up Sammy Johnson except for that very first long run, but Shilconnect's the one that's hurting us now.
Bo, you want balance for Southside? First quarter stats, Southside 309 yards passing, 6 yards rushing. That's not setting up the rush for the pass, is it?
No, it isn't.
Again, they'll go with the full house backfield with Shilconnect back about 8 yards. Here's a quick pass by James complete. Will be a first down inside the 20-yard line. On the catch for Catholic is Peter Fitz.
Well, that's your defensive lineman running on the pass pattern right there.
He'll get to the 20-yard line. And Bo, they're doing a lot of good. What they're getting really working for them right now is the play action is really setting up, and they just kind of go out to the flat, and it seems like they're kind of sliding some guys out there, and we're not seeing it.
Yeah, I mean, they're mixing up the run and pass very well right now.
James takes a snap, hands it off to his running back, Shilkonek. Shilkonek hits across the 20, will fall forward to the 15, where Mason Gregory leads the charge for the Southside defense. Also, Travis Chaffee on the play for Southside will bring up second down, second, and 5 for the, they'll give him 6 on the play, bring up second down, second, and 4 for Little Rock Catholic at the Southside 15-yard line. And, Bo, the thing is, Sammy Johnson, as great of a back he is, Luke Shilkonek is every bit, was not as good of a back, but he would start for a lot of teams.
Absolutely. I mean, one man is not going to bring him down. He's going to run straight through the tackle.
James works under center this time, takes a snap, hands it off to Shilkonek. He's going to be hit, will fall forward, be close to a Catholic first down. Let's see where they spot the ball, making the play for the Southside defense. I believe that was Raed Anada making the play for Southside.
And that's another offensive lineman who's been pressed into service there on the defensive side of the ball.
And also a receiver for Southside we saw last week.
Yes, we did. Unsuccessfully, unfortunately.
Again, third down, 3rd and 1 for Catholic. Luke Shilkonek will be in the backfield along with Jake James. They'll go with 2 tight end set this time. Here's a handoff to Shilkonek. Is going to have the first down inside the 10. We'll get down to about the 6-yard line. And now we've got a flag on the play. As, again, Travis Chaffee down there along with Sam Wynn for Southside. Big call right here, Bo. If it goes the other way, that'll put him back some. If it goes against Southside, it'll be a 3-yard penalty.
Yeah, and that'll set him up first and goal from the 2 or 3. And that's, I mean, with Shilkonek running like he is right now, this kid can get 2 or 3 yards every time.
Yes, against on the Mavericks, and Bo, the penalties definitely have been one-sided here in the first half. I think that's at least, 4 or 5 penalties. The fortunate thing for Southside is the fact that they've been down on the goal line both on 2 of the penalties that could have been bigger were maybe a 1/3 of a yard, and then this one will be a 3-yard penalty. It'll be first and goal for Catholic at the 3-yard line. And Bo, you've got to watch. That was a personal foul on Southside. I think it was probably a little bit of jaw jacking going there. You can't do that.
They're throwing another flag before the ball's even set.
Flag on the field.
It's going to be a substitution infraction. I think one of your D linemen didn't know he was not supposed to be out there, so he realized it and started running off the field.
They'll move the ball just inside the 2-yard line. It'll be first and goal for Little Rock Catholic. Again, they'll go 3 backs in the backfield. It's a very interesting formation. It's almost like a reverse T. Here's handoff to Shilkonek, and Shilkonek will get into the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, it's with the way Catholic's running the ball, you get the ball set on your own 1. It's just on their 1. It's elementary at that point.
Yeah, don't blink. Elser will come in to attempt the extra point, as now Southside leads 27-19 pending the extra point.
You just have to stay ahead of them, Keith.
That's right. Jake James will be your holder as the left-footed kicker waits on the ball. Here it comes down. Here's a kick, and the kick is good. 9:36 to go here in the first half. Southside now leads 27-20. Be back with the Catholic kickoff after this. It's a Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
Now is the time to schedule your vehicle's annual fall checkup with W&W Automotive. From oil changes to cooling systems, brakes, hoses, and more, let Mark Wakefield and the boys at W&W Automotive get your vehicle ready for the daily routine of back-to-school driving. Drop by the corner of Towson Avenue and South O in Fort Smith, or call 242-1600. W&W Automotive, a bumper-to-bumper certified shop.
Welcome back. That was a 6-play, 63-yard drive for Catholic, culminating with a 2-yard touchdown run by Luke Shilkonek. And, Bo, what was kind of interesting, we didn't see Sammy Johnson come back in the game. Hope that young man is okay. But, you know, Southside's done a pretty good job. Shilkonek's really been effective for Catholic, while Johnson, with the exception of the first play of the game, offensive play for Catholic, really hasn't done much.
Yeah, you're right. We've really kind of bottled him up, and I didn't even think about it since he got thrown down so hard by Gaston. He's not been back in the game.
Here's a low line drive kick going to be fielded by Ricardo Savoy at the 5. He's at the 10. He's at the 15. He's at the 20-yard line, 25. He's at the 30, 35, at the 40-yard line, the 42-yard line, and is
I just don't understand that, Keith. You can kick it into the back of the end zone at will. I mean, why not? Why try something crazy? They try to kick a little squib kick, and Savoy catches it on the run. I mean, we ran one back last week just like that.
He was 1 or 2 steps away, and really the blocking wasn't that great. Savoy was able to avoid some tacklers at the 20-yard line to make that play happen.
Yeah, he made some miss and set us up in great field position.
Southside will go with 2 backs in the backfield. That's Leighton Johnson along with Brendan Ulrich. Now, man in motion, that's Tyree Solomon. Here's a handoff to Ulrich off the left side. Will get up to the Southside 44-yard line. Will be a gain of 3 on the play. Brings up 2nd down, 2nd and 7 for the Mavs.
And we're staying committed to the run right here. And I know we've had a lot of success in the air, but I think that's good because you wear that defensive line of the Rockets out, and it gets easier and easier as the game goes on.
Well, the longer they're out there, you're exactly right, because you got to think Peter Fitz playing both ways is definitely going to be gassed. Gatewood takes a snap here as a handoff off the right side to Ulrich, crosses the 45-yard line, gets up to the 46-yard line. Well, he's brought down the play, making the play for Catholic will be Tyler Mailer. Will bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 5 for the Mavs. As Gatewood looks to the sidelines to get the signals, they'll go trip set to the wide side of the field. One back in the backfield, that's Ulrich. As Catholic will go with the 4-man line. Well, they almost jumped in the neutral zone, but the thing is, they're actually playing about 3 yards off or 2 to 3 yards off the ball. Yeah. So now Ulrich goes in motion, and we've got a flag on the play. This game would be fun without the referees.
Yeah. If we could just play. I don't know how many penalties we've had so far in this first half.
That's at least 6 penalties.
I mean, we've got to be the most we've had all year, I would think.
And I'm trying to think. I don't think Catholic's had a penalty tonight. Played a clean ball game so far. Be 3rd down, 3rd and 10 for Southside to throw on 41-yard line.
But you're right, though. We tried to draw them off sides last play, and they line off so far off the ball, they're not going to jump off sides.
You don't see too many teams really do that. That's not a bad strategy, especially on 2nd, 3rd, and long. Here's a pass over the middle, going to be intercepted at the 41-yard line. He's at the 45-yard line. He's at midfield at the Southside 45, fumbles the ball. The ball's on the ground. On the interception is Alan Johnson. Not a very good pass by Gatewood.
No, it wasn't. He was looking for Dylan Wyatt and just threw it a little too far inside. He was just off the mark. And I don't know if it was a safety or cornerback, just stepped right in front of it. Well, that's the thing you can't do in a game like this. When you know that you're having trouble stopping the other team and you're going back and forth, you don't want to turn the ball over.
Be 1st and 10 at the Southside 47-yard line. And let's see, Johnson's still not in the game. She'll connect will be your tailback. They'll go 2 receivers wide side of the field, 1 receiver short side of the field. James waits on the snap, takes a snap. She'll connect, gets a handoff to receiver, and Ulrich making the play for the Southside defense right at the line of scrimmage. Actually, he may have lost half a yard, brings up 2nd down, 2nd, and let's call it 10.5.
Good job by the Mavericks. The interior of that defensive line, they are playing well right now. They're gang tackling, and that's what you got to do against these guys. Both these running backs are so tough to bring down.
This is a big opportunity for the Southside defense right here, 2nd and 10, as again, they'll have 1 back in the backfield. James, your quarterback, works pistol formation. Calls out the signals. Now looks over the defense. 10 seconds on the play clock. And now we've got a flag on the play.
This could be our first penalty against Catholic.
I'm not seeing they've called 2 or 3 on they've called that one, but they called a couple on Southside. And I'm not really seeing what's going on out there. That's really it's your back judge making the call. I'm assuming the center's doing something or your guard.
Yeah, it's going to be some tiny twitch that they're doing in there that we can't see up here.
Bo, this is the opportunity in the game that Southside needs to make a play. You got them 2nd long. They've had them in 2nd, 3rd and long several times, and they've gotten out of it. You got to make a stop here as James looks to the sidelines to get the signals, has 1 back in the backfield. Takes a snap. He wants to throw the ball, throws the ball over the middle, has an open receiver off his fingertips. That was Nick Cobb. He catches that ball, and it's a race to the end zone.
Yeah, it really is. It was a slant route, and he threw it really hard and threw it high, and it hit his hands and bounced off. And, yeah, we got lucky right there because he was wide open.
Bo, are we playing a defense pretty much to try to stop the run? We're putting our D-backs, obviously, in some one-on-one situations. Is that why we're seeing a lot of big plays? And really, we're playing off the ball a lot.
Yeah, we are. I mean, we're giving the receivers, I'm looking at this cornerback right up here close, giving him 5-yard cushion.
James takes a snap, wants to throw the ball down the field, overthrows his intended receiver. The intended receiver over there was Alan Johnson. They'll bring up 4th down, 4th and 15, and
is that your tight end right there? I think that's a big old guy. If it is, let's see. Yeah, no, it's the game listed as wide receiver. That can't be Alan Johnson. That says 130 pounds. That's a big old kid.
Well, that was Alan Johnson. Was
I think that was Adam Shepard, your tight end.
Well, they had 80, but 85 had the intercept. Yeah, 85 had the interception earlier, and I know he was bigger than that. Here's a kick by Elser. Will go inside the Southside 10-yard line down to the 9-yard line, and not a very pretty kick, but very effective.
Well, and it's once again our receiver, our return man didn't know where the ball was. The ball hit right beside him. He's lucky it didn't bounce into him. You've got to get into that ball and make a fair catch right there. The ball hit and rolled an extra 12, 13 yards.
Well, we've got 6:33 to go here. We're 27-20 in both. What's interesting, things have kind of slowed down a bit as it was 27-13 at the end of one quarter. We're almost halfway through the second quarter, only one touchdown.
Yeah, only one touchdown a quarter? That's absurd.
As Savoy will check in the backfield for Southside, they'll go 2 receivers wide side of the field, 1 short side of the field as Gatewood calls out signals. Takes a snap, looks to pass the ball, throws the ball. It's going to be a pass that's going to be complete at the 25-yard line. That's Tyree Solomon will be taken out of bounds. That was a nice throw, Bo, right there.
Yeah, it was a play action. We've been running it up the middle almost on first down almost every time, and they faked the handoff to Savoy up the middle. And saw a nice 20-yard out route, and that was a good throw by Gatewood.
Be 1st and 10 Southside at the 33-yard line. I'll tell you, Bo, the stats are so skewed right now. You look at the 309 yards passing. Obviously, it's more than that now, but not a lot of running yards. Here's a handoff to Savoy. He has an open hole at the 45. He's at midfield at the 45-yard line of Catholic. And, well, if he can get a step,
yeah,
he's dangerous.
He is. Right on cue, Savoy straight up the middle for a 20-yard run. He must have heard you talking about not getting those rushing stats.
Be 1st and 10 Southside at the 45-yard line of Catholic. Though they run 2 plays from their 9-yard line, now they're at the Catholic 45-yard line with Savoy again, the backfield trip set wide side of the field. Here's a handoff off the right side to Savoy. Cuts it back inside. We'll get about 3 yards on the play. That was a good run right there. Making the play is Tyler Mailer, the linebacker, makes the play for Catholic. But I like that run because instead of trying to stretch it out, maybe get 1 or 2 yards, he cuts it back, gets that extra yard.
Yeah, he cut it up right inside his blocker, and it was a good job, really, by backside pursuit by the Rockets. But you're right, he stretches it out and probably gets to the sideline and maybe gets 1. Instead, he gets 3, and you can work with 2nd and 7.
5:34 to go here in the second quarter. Southside leads 27-20. As Gatewood calls out signals. Again, 2nd down, 2nd and 7 at the Catholic 42-yard line. Here's Savoy again, will be tripped up, and boy, he had some positive yardage that time. That was Peter Fitz making the play defensively. If he doesn't make that, I think he's got the first down anyway.
He's definitely got the first down. That was a shoestring tackle. He just got tripped up, and he had a head of steam and some open room if he would have avoided that.
Again, it'll be 3rd down, 3rd and 6 for the Mavs at the 41-yard line. They look to the sideline to get signals. 15 seconds on the play clock. 4:58 on the game clock. As Gatewood calls out signals, has Savoy along with Leighton Johnson in the backfield. Here's a snap. Gatewood wants to throw a quick slant pass complete to Tyree Solomon. He's at the 20. He's at the 25. Down inside the 20 to about the 19-yard line. Got a flag on the play.
I don't know if there was, looking where it's thrown, like it might be a face mask penalty.
I would think right there because he was the only one there. It's got to be a personal foul.
Yeah, some kind. And it was just a little skinny post. Tyrese caught the ball, and he is so dangerous once he catches that ball. Looks like they're waving it off.
No flag on the play.
Well, nonetheless, a nice game for Southside, getting the first down on 3rd down. So it'll be 1st and 10. The ball will be spotted at the 20-yard line. 4:41 to go here. Southside leads 27-20. And, Bo, the thing is, and we'll talk about it after this play, as Southside lines up with Savoy in the backfield, they go trip set to the right of Gatewood. Gatewood takes a snap. He wants to keep the ball off the left side, gets inside the 15, inside the 10 to the 5, will fall forward to about the 3-yard line Again, we've got another flag on the play.
And I don't know what this could be. This is going to be on the Mavericks. Keith, this play, the flag was thrown 10 yards behind the ball carrier, had absolutely no effect whatsoever on the play. I just don't understand this one.
Well, I think the only thing I can figure out is the refs are getting gassed and they've got to slow the game down.
They're tired of running up and down the field. I mean, it was good blocking by your offensive line. There was a huge hole over there on the left side of the line for Gatewood. Nobody touched him until he had ran about 6 or 7 yards.
Maybe too good at blocking.
Well, I mean, where the flag was thrown was on the backside. I mean, it had no effect on it.
Yeah, and you see a lot of flags, too, really late after a play, almost like, hey, but you got to see if you get advantage on the play before you call the flag, but you don't do that either. Southside goes trip set, wide side of the field. Gatewood wants to throw the ball, throws the ball to the end zone. Touchdown, Southside. Jordan Jackson on the touchdown.
Well, they're just taking turns right now. Tyrese got the last one, so Jordan said, I'll take this one, and he was wide open. I don't understand how you let a number 6 run just, I mean, no one even.
And he had to wait on the ball.
Yeah, he had to wait on the ball, and the safety, still didn't have time to get over there. That's how wide open he was. I mean, this guy, he's burned you already twice. I don't see how you let him run wide open.
Connor Robles checks in to attempt the extra point for Southside. And here's a bad snap.
Uh-oh.
And Robles tries to pick it up, and it goes in. The ball will hit on the ground. Southside now leads 33-20. Be back with the Maverick kickoff after this. This is Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
All offers with approved credit. See dealer for details. Hey, old Rocket Randola here. Crane Hyundai on Zero Street in Fort Smith. And you know what Crane Hyundai on Zero Street has that the other dealers don't have? The Crane Commitment. That's right. 100,000-mile warranty on every new and pre-owned vehicle sold. It's 100% low price guarantee and 100-hour love it or leave it exchange policy. And Hyundai Assurance. Plus, Crane Hyundai lets you shop over 1,500 pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. If you're even thinking about a vehicle, you need to think Crane Hyundai Zero Street in Fort Smith.
Welcome back, Bo. The thing I noticed out there, that was actually Colt McBride's usually the holder. They had Tristan Johnson in there holding that time. That might have been what the difference was, is he can't hang on to the football. Again, remember, tonight's game is brought to you in part by Crane Hyundai in Fort Smith. Ask about the Crane 100 available now at Crane Hyundai, 3600 South Zero, Fort Smith. And, Bo, I'm looking back there, and Sammy Johnson's not back there, so
yeah,
I'm not sure we may see him the rest of the night.
Yeah. I think you'd see him out there if he was good to go. And I'm looking over there on that Rocket sideline. I don't see him anywhere standing up ready to come in the game.
Connor Robles will kick off for the Mavs. Here's the kick. He's going to kick it deep this time, and it's going to go about 3 yards into the end zone. Will come out to the 20-yard line for Catholic.
Well, apparently the coaches recognized it too, because this is the first time we've kicked it deep all game.
Well, I understand what you're doing, and I agree with it totally. Keep the ball away from Sammy Johnson. We saw him on the first play of the game, and he gets a full head of steam. You just better look out.
Yeah.
And, better to be safe than sorry, give up a little bit of field position. But the last 3 times, Southside's done a pretty good job. Last time they had the ball on their 27-yard line. This time they'll start on the 20, so not just giving up field position as much now. As, again, Shilkinick will be your tailback. They'll go one receiver with a 2 tight end set as James works under center and wants to throw the ball, rolls right. Here comes the heat. Has a wide open receiver at the 40-yard line. He's at the 45. He's at midfield. Crosses Southside territory, gets down to the Southside 46-yard line where Jalen Coleman makes the play. That was Nick Cobb on the catch. And, Bo, he was wide open.
Yeah, he was. It was a long crossing route, and he was just kind of running parallel to his quarterback, waiting. Quarterback just waited until he found a wide open spot and threw it to him.
Be 1st and 10. Here's the handoff to Shilkinick. Shilkinick will get down to the Southside 41-yard line, still trying to go forward. And everyone's kind of waiting on a whistle as there was kind of a standstill. That's Martez Gaston along with Cam Belcher getting off the pile for Southside. And also give credit to Luke Richardson for the Southside defense. Brings that 2nd down, 2nd and 4 for Catholic.
Yeah, that was one of those. Looked like he was kind of walking through quicksand, and he was making just enough movements. They weren't going to blow the whistle.
It'll be 2nd down, 2nd and 4. Again, Shilkinick is your tailback. Your quarterback, Jake James. James waits on the snap, takes a snap, wants to throw the ball, looks down the field, throws the ball. It's going to be almost intercepted by Southside. That's Jalen Coleman over there, intended for Brandon Ward. Coleman had a chance to make that play, and, boy, that would have been a big one for Southside right there if they could.
Yeah, it would. He jumped up, and he did what we've seen so many receivers do. He jumped up and hit him in the hands, and then it flew straight up in the air. I think if he'd been kind of waited on it, he was breaking on the ball really quick. If he'd have waited on it, it probably would have came right to him.
Be third down, 3rd and 4. Bo, this is a big play right here, a big series. You got 2:58 to go here. Southside ahead by 13. Catholic gets the ball to start the second half. They go with a full house formation. Here's a handoff to Shell Connect. Connect will connect to the first down. He's going to be close.
He's fighting up to it.
I think he's going to be about a yard short. Gets 3 on the play, brings up 4th down, 4th and 1. And
see what they're going to do. We know they have a kicker. Yeah.
Southside is driven from their own 1 and their own 9, so I don't think there's any doubt what they'll do here.
Yeah, this is a game where you got to have touchdowns.
Big opportunity for the Southside. Southside looks not really sure what they want to do here as they'll bring Martez Gaston back in the ball game as James takes a snap, hands it off to Shell Connect. He will have the first down as he crosses the 35-yard line, gets down to the Southside 31-yard line. And Bo, marked this drive. 2 missed extra points by Southside has really put us on an odd number right here.
Yeah, they missed an extra point. We were even there for a second, then we missed another one that put us back odd again.
It'll be 1st and 10 at the Southside 30-yard line. Again, they go with 3 backs in the backfield along with the quarterback, James. Here's a snap to James, who wants to throw the ball. Although a post pattern down the field going to be incomplete over there. D.D. Smith on the coverage. That was Corbin Weaver, the intended receiver over there, will bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 10. And it wasn't bad coverage by D.D. Smith. He had a step on him, but really wasn't bad coverage. You almost had to throw a perfect pass.
Yeah, you really did. He had him maybe beat by half a step, but D.D. was running stride for stride, and it would have had been a perfect throw, and it was thrown well over his head, and it was kind of an odd play because really there was only one receiver going out in formation. Everyone else was in the backfield.
This time they'll go with the trip set formation as Sammy Johnson checks back into the ball game. Here's a handoff to Johnson. Johnson's hitting the backfield, gets away, but will be knocked down. I believe that's Ulrich again making the play along with Cam Belcher. Going to lose yardage over there.
I think Johnson's hurt.
I think he's hurt too. Yeah, he's very slow getting up. I'm not sure. They're really better to go with Shell Connect back there. He seems to be more healthy.
Well, I mean, he's running very well right now, so I don't know why you try to get your premier back hurt at this point if he's struggling.
Be 3rd down, 3rd and 12 for Catholic as James calls out signals. Takes a snap. He wants to throw the ball. It's a quick slant pass going to be complete. There's a missed tackle inside the 20-yard line down to the 18-yard lines where Mason Gregory gets him down right there. That was complete to Nick Cobb. Will be another 1st down. And, Bo, that is so frustrating.
Well, and that's that inside slant route is so hard to defend. You've really got to beat the receiver to the spot. If he comes underneath you, you're not going to be able to break up the play. So you beat him inside, and we weren't able to do that.
Here's a handoff to Sammy Johnson. Not much there. He cuts it back to the other side, cuts it inside. He's at the 10-5 touchdown. What a great run by Sammy Johnson.
That was a nifty run. The run was designed to go to the right, and it was bottled up over there, so he cut it back to the left. Made 3. I mean, I say he made Mavericks miss, but it's hard to explain what happened because he makes them look silly. They don't even put a hand on them.
Well, that was just a great effort. You're right. He went to the right side. There was nothing there. He cuts it back, and then looks like he's going to try to push it with his speed to the outside. Has great field vision to turn it back inside and walks in the end zone as Elser in for the extra point. And, Bo, this is what I've been talking about all year. I told Coach today, pat me on the back. I told Coach today, if Jalen Coleman will dive, he will block an extra point.
Yes, you have been saying that. That is true. I'm going to vouch for you right here.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and keep it here right now, waiting for the Catholic kickoff. That's a big play right there because Coleman has been there last week. We noticed against Bryan. He was there 2 or 3 times. I couldn't do much in football as a kid. I was a 100-pound linebacker, but the one thing I could do was block extra points, and I was a diver. I was always the dirtiest kid out there. So,
not much change, folks. He's the dirtiest kid in the booth now.
He's a lot heavier. As Elser will kick off, and that's what's interesting too. That's 2 missed extra points for Elser tonight. One of them obviously blocked, but the other one hit the left upright. He may get mad and kick it out of the stadium now.
Yeah.
Back deep for Southside will be Savoy along with Mason Love. Here's a kick by Elser, and he's going to kick it deep. And Savoy will be able to return this at the 5-yard line. He's at the 10. He's at the 15. He's at the 20. Has the hole at the 25. Will be hit and knocked back. Let's see where they spot the ball. Looks like at about the 23-yard line.
Well, that blocked extra point is huge, Keith, because we've missed 2, so that puts us back 7 points ahead.
Well, Bo, I think, too, right here, you've got 54 seconds, 3 timeouts. Don't let off the gas.
No, absolutely not. I mean, you've got the weapons right here, and you know it's going to be a shootout. You know that the second half's probably going to be just as high scoring as the first half, so get as many points as you can.
And you know, too, if they're going to score, honestly, let them score quick, and that's what happened with Sammy Johnson, the 18-yard run, as Gatewood calls out signals, takes a snap, looks down the field, wants to throw the ball. Here comes the heat. Throws the ball's going to be complete to Dylan Wyatt. He's across the 30-yard line, across the 32, 33, and now it's thrown out of bounds. Making the play is Nick Gonzalez. Will be a first down for Southside. 45 seconds to go here in the first half. Again, Southside leads 33-26.
Good job there by Dylan Wyatt to hang on to that football and then make that cornerback miss, who was closing very hard, and get the first down.
And you've got 3 timeouts, 45 seconds. That's an eternity right there, Bo. If you could, again, look for number 6 and number 7 on the field, get them the ball as they go trip set this time to the short side of the field. Gatewood takes the snap. It's a low snap. He looks to throw the ball, steps up, and now will run the football across the 30-yard line, across the 40-yard line, and Southside needs to take a timeout, and they will with 36 seconds left. With that timeout, we'll take one, too. It's Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
It's the place there's no place else like.
Do a minute.
It's a circle of chairs around your fire pit where all the do you remembers get passed around like bowls of ice cream. It's bacon and eggs in the skillet, crackling along with the laughter.
At Shelter Insurance, we don't just insure your home, we insure all the memories that live inside it. Ask your agent for details. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Ask Shelter Insurance agent Chris Dooley about a free insurance review.
Your home for Fort Smith Southside football is Spirit 106.3, KCKZ, Greenwood, Fort Smith.
Again, we got 36.6 seconds to go here in the first half. Southside leads in a very exciting first half, 33-26. They will have second down, 2nd and 5 at their own 40-yard line. They'll come out this time with trip set to just the right of Gatewood, one back in the backfield. That's Savoy. Now that's Ulrich. He goes in motion as Gatewood steps up in the pocket. He is going to be sacked back there, back at the 37-yard line. And Southside will take another timeout. With that timeout, we'll take one, too. It's a Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
A largemouth bass tearing at your bait, mallard circling above, dawn breaking through your tree stand. It's the outdoors that you love. Tackle boxes, hunting and fishing gear for what you love to do. The adventure starts at the tackle box for sportsmen just like you.
For all of your hunting and fishing needs, head to the Tackle Box, 3001 South Zero Street, Fort Smith. Call the Tackle Box today at 646-3193.
Tyler Wilson here for Crabtree RV in Alma. Football season is here, and whether you're tailgating with the Razorbacks or enjoying the great outdoors, Crabtree can help you experience the natural state. Our giant indoor showroom makes shopping enjoyable with hundreds to choose from. You're sure to find the right RV for any budget. Like the 2018 KZ Sportsman fifth wheel starting at $245 a month, or the 2018 Coachman Freedom Express as low as $210 a month. We're behind the Cracker Barrel in Alma, Crabtree RV, where your family's dreams come true.
As we get back to action, Gatewood rolls to his right, throws a deep pass down the field, complete to Dylan White inside the 20-yard line, 1st and 10 Southside. And, boy, Mr. White coming up big on this drive.
Absolutely, and we got one of the offensive linemen saved Gatewood's life. We got away with one there. It was a rushing defender, and he reached out and grabbed him with one arm, no flag, and I'm thankful for that.
Now, Gatewood will down the ball here at the 18-yard line. Bo, this is a big drive right here. I mean, they've got 26 points on us. They get the ball to start the second half. You need to get points out of this. I mean, at worst, get 3 points.
Yeah. They come out of the halftime getting the ball. That could tie it up right there if we don't get any points on this drive.
Again, second down, 2nd and 10 for Southside at the Catholic 19-yard line. Ulrich in the backfield now goes in motion. Here's a snap to Gatewood. Gatewood looks down the middle of the field, throws it complete inside the 10. He's at the 5. That's Solomon. Touchdown, Southside.
What a play by Tyrese. And just once again, going back to their favorite play right in the middle of the field. It was either, it was a slant route, but they're so close to the end zone, it was kind of more angled towards the post, and he caught it. And once he catches the ball, you're not going to, he's going to make a man miss. He's just so quick.
Bo, I got to ask this, though. Jordan Jackson, Tyrese Solomon, what you can do, I can do one better, right? Is that what's going on tonight at Southside? Yeah, Southside will go for 2 here. Here's a snap to Gatewood. Here's a keeper by Gatewood. Will be tackled at the 3-yard line. Not much going there, but again, surprise, surprise, they've got a flag on the play.
Yeah, shocker. Hey, but I think we got, as bad as I hate to say it, I think we got away with a hold that last long play to Dylan Wyatt.
Got to ask a question on that, though. Let's go ahead and keep it here before the half. 13.9 to go here. You got a 13-point lead. Don't you want to stay on the 7 right there?
Well, I don't know. That's what I was not going to say that, but yeah, I was kind of questioning why we are going for 2. I guess we've had so much success going for 2. If you do it and get it, you get ahead. And then if they're chasing at the end, it forces them to have to go for 2 later on, and maybe they're not quite as good at it as we are. I mean, we've seen how many times they've run that little swinging gate play with Gatewood, and they run so many different things out. They got the little jump pass they do, or usually Gatewood keeps it, and that's almost a guarantee, but just weren't able to get it that time.
Southside will kick off, and again, Sammy Johnson will go back deep this time, and I think you can make a pretty good safe bet that Southside will probably kick it short here, so don't want a big return as Connor Robles will tee the ball up. Been a very exciting first half against Southside. Leads 39-26, and I know we don't predict a lot of things right, but I think we're around this one, Bo, that it would be a shootout.
Yeah, so far so good on that.
North Little Rock ahead of Northside 28-13, and here's a kick by Robles. Will kick it deep, and it will go at the goal line into the end zone, and boy, that was
close.
Almost stayed out of there. That could have been a big play for Southside right there. And Robles done a good job of kicking off tonight for Southside.
Yeah, he really has, and as good as Sammy Johnson is, I'm just glad to see, you kind of get scared when you see him out on the field, but I'm glad to see he's able to play. He's not hurt, and he's out there. Now it's our task to stop him now.
It'll be 1st and 10 to the 20-yard line for Catholic. Can't believe they tried much here. 13.9 to go here, but you never know. Down 39-26 as Jake James still your quarterback. He'll this time work under center with Sammy Johnson in the backfield, which can be dangerous giving the ball to Johnson. He gets a handoff here, has a big hole across the 25, across the 30, will be hit and dropped at the 30-yard line.
Give credit to Sam Wynn for catching up to him after he got through that big hole and slowing him down just enough for the rest of the Mavericks to get there.
Yeah, we're Bennett Wandale along with D.D. Smith making the play for Southside. You just hold your breath. And they will down the ball this time. That's interesting. They've got 3 timeouts, and they'll down the football. Why not just take a timeout?
Yeah, you only 5 seconds left. You're not going to do it. You only have basically one more play. I don't really see. As Houston Nutt would say, you can't take them with you in the halftime.
Well, we always say that, too. So, yeah. That old mastermind. Now, Southside will drop back 4 guys back about 30 yards as James will take the snap. He will hand the ball off to Sammy Johnson, and again, Johnson has a big hole off the side, will be hit and dropped at the 42-yard line, and making the play for Southside is Sam Wynn. And Bo, he's running good, but I think Sammy Johnson, I think he hurt his shoulder.
I do too. I see him. He's kind of favoring as he walks off. He's got his right arm is just hanging limp at his side.
That's usually a separated shoulder or something going on there. He's got something going on.
Yeah. He's definitely not 100%.
It's not slowing his legs down by any means. Again, we're at the half. Southside leads 39-26. Be back to talk about a very exciting first half after this. It's the Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
What's your favorite thing about Repeat's Place?
Catfish on Fridays.
I definitely come for the pie. Pie's my favorite thing.
Meatloaf, pinto beans, mashed potatoes and gravy, and the cornbread is phenomenal.
Great food, great friends, good times at Repeat's Place.
I told them, I said, if I had one last meal and I was on death row, I would have them cater that meal to me. It would be my choice.
7830 Highway 71 South, open daily Monday through Saturday for lunch and dinner.
River Valley Truck Outfitters has served Western Arkansas and the River Valley area with a commitment to quality and excellence unmatched in the truck accessories industry. Whether you need step bars, grill guards, diesel performance products, camper shells, or wheels and tires, shop at the store you can depend on. River Valley Truck Outfitters, Highway 71 south atop Rye Hill in Fort Smith. River Valley Truck Outfitters, where quality and customer service is always number one.
Floyd Trailer Honda at 3200 South Zero Street in Fort Smith has been serving the River Valley for decades. A quality product and a commitment to customer service is what keeps people coming back. And Floyd Trailer Honda is a proud supporter of Fort Smith Southside Athletics. Stop in today and see the new Hondas arriving daily at Floyd Trailer Honda, 3200 South Zero Street, Fort Smith. Visit them online at trailerhonda.net.
South 28 Boutique is your source for local and authentic labels such as the complete Lauren James collection, Southern Tide, and Rustic Cuff. They offer tailgating hogwear for the entire family and menswear. Join their VIP texting to earn points for savings on the labels you love. And teachers always get 10% off the total purchase price. Download the South 28 app and save 20% off any one item with free shipping. Located at 418 North Plaza Drive, Van Buren. Call or text 719-2019.
First National Bank of Fort Smith has been committed to the community and their customers for a very long time. In fact, since 1872. You might say a few things have changed since then, but a couple of things at First National Bank have remained the same for the last 145 years. First National Bank is still locally owned with local decisions, so they know that their commitment continues. They're proud of the past and excited about the future. First National Bank of Fort Smith. Member FDIC.
If you recognize that sound, you'll love what you hear next. There's a new bow pro shop available in Van Buren, Pinpoint Archery. Pinpoint Archery is where you can get your shot together. Get professional help ranging from sight string installation to refletching your favorite arrows. Find arrows, bows, and accessories, targets, free advice, indoor shooting range, and more. Visit pinpointarchery.com for additional information or stop by 604 South 4th Street in Van Buren. But hurry, because archery season starts soon.
Welcome back to Jim Rowland Stadium. We're at the half. Southside leads 39-26, Bo, and it was a track meet to say the least.
Yes, it was on both sides of the football, and Southside did it through the air for the most part, and Little Rock Catholic did it on the ground. I'm looking at these first half stats, 442 yards through the air for the Mavericks.
You can't beat that. That's a game for most teams right there.
Exactly.
That kind of reminds you of the old was the run and shoot offense that Houston used to run with Andre Ware, where they go up and down the field, and that's exactly what Southside did. You know, on the other side, Southside didn't do a bad job of really slowing down Catholic. They had 111 yards rushing, but you had the 42 yards and the 18-yard run by Sammy Johnson. I mean, for the most part, they did a good job of really sealing him. You're not going to stop him, but they did a good job the first half. What really got him was they got some nice matchups down the field and some big pass completions for Catholic.
Yeah, Catholic's been, I mean, they've had a balanced offense. They've done it really on the ground and through the air. And, yeah, like you say, they've rushed it 111 yards, but, you know, a big chunk of that was 80-yard play by Sammy Johnson, that very first play. And for the most part, they bottled him up, and, you know, he was out of the game for most of the first half with what we think is an injury. And Shelnick really kind of carried the load on the ground for the Rockets. But, yeah, like you say, their quarterback, Jake James, has really been doing it through the air. They found a couple little short passes that turned into big gains.
The one thing they have, too, for Catholic is they've got some big receivers, so you're going to get some mismatches back there, and that's what they did. But I thought overall the secondary, especially D.D. Smith and Jalen Coleman, really played fairly well. We didn't get up a lot of big plays, and I think we had the one long pass completion, but other than that, for the touchdown. But other than that, we didn't get up a lot of big plays.
No, we didn't. There were a couple times they went down the field. And I'll say they dropped some passes, though. I mean, there were a couple where Jake James was off target a little bit. There was one where, you know, the guy was running the little out route that was wide open. That would have been a big play if it wouldn't have been thrown behind him. So, you know, we've had good coverage, and then they've shot themselves in the foot a little bit too.
On the offensive side for Southside, again, Tay Gatewood, a big ball game tonight, over 400 yards passing. But, boy, you look at the two-receiver combination, the two-headed monster of Tyrese Solomon along with Jordan Jackson. And Solomon especially, boy, when that young man catches the ball, it looks like to me what they're really trying to do, they're actually working him in a slot, trying to get him matched up with the safety.
Yeah.
Give him a quick swing pass out there, let him do his magic.
Right, exactly. And they get him in open space. I mean, it's hard to get a hand on the young man. He's so quick. He makes a man miss, and then he's gone. I mean, if you just get one-on-one matchup, that's what he wants. He's got the man beat already.
And then late in the first half, which may be a big play for Southside, Dylan White comes up, 2 big catches. We had exactly a minute on the clock when Southside started that last drive. They go 80 yards for the touchdown, and Dylan Wyatt really was you get the ball to Tyree Solomon, makes a great catch in traffic, takes it to the house, but give credit to Wyatt for making that big leaping catch to get him down there.
Yeah, absolutely, and he made a catch earlier in that drive where he made a man miss to get a first down too. So, and you got to give Mason Love a little credit. Earlier in the ball game, he did the same thing, made a good catch for 10 yards on third down to keep the chains moving. So, there's some other receivers stepping up for Southside right now, and that's a good thing.
Again, we're at the half. Southside leads 39-26. Be back with tonight's scoring summary after this. This is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
All offers with approved credit. See dealer for details. Hey, old Rocket Randola here. Crane Hyundai on Zero Street in Fort Smith. And you know what Crane Hyundai on Zero Street has that the other dealers don't have? The Crane Commitment. That's right. 100,000-mile warranty on every new and pre-owned vehicle sold. It's 100% low price guarantee and a 100-hour love it or leave it exchange policy. And Hyundai Assurance. Plus, Crane Hyundai lets you shop over 1,500 pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. If you're even thinking about a vehicle, you need to think Crane Hyundai Zero Street in Fort Smith.
Hello, radio listener. Are you enjoying the football game tonight? How would you like to be sitting in the warm, relaxing, and highly beneficial swirling waters of your own hot spring spa? A spa can be both relaxing and fun, and a great end to an exhilarating football game. So hurry into Burton Pools and Spas at 6121 South Zero to check out the great deals on pools and spas. Burton Pools and Spas. Let them show you how to get your feet wet without getting in over your head.
At Shelter Insurance, we know landlords have to keep up with their renters, even if they're related.
Mom, Dad, we just dropped by to pick up your
rent check.
I'm running a little short this month.
Not everything works as smoothly as Shelter's renter's policy. It helps cover stuff in case of fire, theft, and more.
What if I just moved back into my old room?
Oh, you mean Dad's new man cave?
Oh, man.
Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Ask Shelter Insurance Agent Chris Dooley about a free insurance review.
Hi, this is Art Haynes from the Chiefs Radio Network, here for Play It Again Sports at 2817 South Zero Street in Fort Smith. Play It Again supports the Southside Mavericks. Mention this ad and receive 20% off your purchase that day of any new or used sporting equipment. They carry baseball, football, wrestling, disc golf, and fitness equipment. Bring in your quality used gear for additional savings. That's Play It Again Sports, 2817 South Zero, proud supporter of Southside.
Floyd Trailer Honda at 3200 South Zero Street in Fort Smith has been serving the River Valley for decades. A quality product and a commitment to customer service is what keeps people coming back. And Floyd Trailer Honda is a proud supporter of Fort Smith Southside Athletics. Stop in today and see the new Hondas arriving daily at Floyd Trailer Honda, 3200 South Zero Street, Fort Smith. Visit them online at trailerhonda.net.
Get excited about the most important meal of the day at the Egg and I restaurant. The Egg and I serves up delicious, fresh, cooked-to-order breakfast, brunch, and lunch entrees, all in a friendly, clean atmosphere. You'll love their healthy choices and fresh juices so much you'll want to sign up for the Egg Club loyalty card to earn free meals and coupons, or plan your next meeting in their meeting room. So now that you're egg-cited, make plans to visit the Egg and I restaurant at 3801 Planters Road. Call 242-3447. Open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 2:30 p.m.
Hey, welcome back. Tonight's Maverick sponsor of the game is Carmen Trucking. Remember, if you bought it a truck, brought it to you, without trucks, America stops. That was tough to get out.
Yeah. Brought it, we got you.
I'll tell you what, Eric Carmen and the group there, they're a bunch of great guys. He does a great job. He does a lot of stuff for Southside Athletics. He also does a lot of stuff for the elementary schools and stuff, and they're great people.
Yeah, absolutely.
As we get back to tonight's scoring summary, I think that's why I was about to lose everything. We got a lot of pressure trying to give a score tonight. I look at the game tonight, Bo, and 39-26, we have left 3 points on the board. It really could be 42-28. with the missed extra points. But you look at the game, and it reminds me of, I think of a game last year. I think it was Nashville and Idabel, like 80-something to 40-something. I think they were playing. We went to Little Rock that night. We were home before the game was over. That's what kind of game it was. And we're kind of headed that way tonight because really both teams are putting points on the board, and I really don't see it stopping.
No, we're well on our way to that, and Catholic's going to have a long ride home at 2 in the morning if we keep on like we're going. I'm looking at 15 possessions, 10 touchdowns, so about 2/3 of the time the team is going to get into the end zone.
It's nice to be home when you have a game like that. As we look at tonight's scoring summary, Southside started out. They received the ball to start the ball game, got the ball on their own 20-yard line. They go 6-play, 80 yards, a 56-yard pass completion on 3rd and 10 from Tay Gatewood to Jordan Jackson was a big play, culminating with a 26-yard touchdown pass, this time from Tay Gatewood to Tyree Solomon, and that was on 4th and 13.
4th and 13, and we had a 3rd and long that we converted on that play too. And you talked about we actually won the toss and took the ball, which we didn't do against Bryant. And you and I had talked about with the high-powered offense that we have and knowing this is going to be a shootout, I think that was a really good move because you jump out on them early 7-0, and then, the next play we recover the fumble on the kickoff. So we get out to a hot start, we get up 14-0, and then you look down at halftime and we're still up 2 touchdowns. So I thought that was a really good move taking the ball.
Yeah, Southside gets the ball on the 24-yard line of Catholic after the muffed kickoff, which I think is the Sammy Johnson effect, trying to keep the ball away from him. And the receiver really unsure what to do, can't get the football. Big break for Southside. Again, they struggle running the football, but again, on 3rd and 16, they get a big pass completion and able to take the ball in the end zone. Again, this time it's a 31-yard pass from Tay Gatewood to Jordan Jackson.
Yeah, and you saw how quick Jordan Jackson, now you've got me doing it over here, Keith, was on that play. And, the first one was Tyrese, the second one's Jackson, and here's where they start going back and forth, it's like trying to one-up each other.
Catholic takes over this time, and we go back. They kick it short. We get a face mask penalty. They have the ball on our 42-yard line, and Sammy Johnson, we've heard all about Sammy Johnson. We saw Sammy Johnson last year. This young man is a terrific running back. First play from scrimmage, goes off the left side, 42 yards for a touchdown.
Yeah, and that's why we try to keep the ball away from him, because we know he can do things like that. And, they're down 14-0. They hadn't touched the ball. So first play, they hand it off to their stud running back, and he takes it to the house. And, that at that point in the ball game, he was running tough. He was running really well. And, when he walked out of the ball game, he looked like a totally different player at that point, Keith.
Well, Southside comes back. They get the ball on their own 20-yard line, and this time they go 82 yards. And, well, actually, they go 80 yards. The big play, they lost some yardage on penalties along with not being able to run the football effectively, but they get an 82-yard pass completion to Jordan Jackson again from Tay Gatewood. The drive ends with a 3-yard touchdown run by Tay Gatewood.
Yeah, and the good thing about that is, if they came back with Sammy Johnson, got a long touchdown pass, then they came back with their fullback Shelnick, and they, had matched us touchdown for touchdown. We were still ahead 14-13 because they'd missed an extra point. But then we come back with Jordan Jackson and extend the lead, and we just stay one step ahead of them.
And Southside, who really hadn't had the best field position all night, start this drive on their own half-yard line. They get a 93-yard pass completion, this time to Tyree Solomon. They get down and get 3-play drive, 99-yard touchdown drive, 3 plays.
And that was, and we're talking about, folks at home I know are listening to these 85-yard pass play, 93-yard pass play. It's not like we're throwing it down the field. We're basically just throwing little slants or little out routes, a little pass out to the flats, and then Tyrese and Jordan Jackson, they're so quick, they're just making a man miss and running down the sideline.
The Catholic comes back. They have a 5-play, 63-yard drive, culminating with a 2-yard touchdown run by Luke Shilconnect to cut into the Southside lead. And he did a good job. I believe that was a series where Johnson may have went out with an injury, but Shilconnect steps in, makes some nice runs. And again, we had him in 3rd and long a couple of times. They hit us for big plays.
Yeah, and Shilkanek, he does not have the breakaway speed that Sammy Johnson has by any means, but he's very tough to bring down. He's quick, and he's just he's hard to get a hand on, and when you do get a hand on him, he's so strong, he breaks the tackle. So, it really wasn't a lot of, maybe not as many big plays as they would have had with Sammy Johnson in the game, but not a lot of drop-off. Shilkanek, he carried the weight pretty good.
Southside comes back, and again, poor field position. They start this drive on their own 9-yard line, and the drive ends. They go 91 yards on 7 plays, and it culminates with a 27-yard touchdown pass, this time from Tay Gatewood again to Jordan Jackson.
Yeah, and this is, that's how, when you start so deep in on your own side of the field, in your own territory, and you've got guys like Jordan Jackson and Tyree Solomon, well, that's how you rack up those huge numbers. And, you'd be looking at the paper tomorrow. I know people are going to be like, this has got to be a misprint. There's no way that these guys racked up that many yards, but these guys are playing great right now.
Catholic comes back right before the half. They start their drive on their own 20-yard line. It's a 6-play drive. Big plays of the drive. They hit 2 or 3 passing plays just basically in the flat, get down the field, and then probably one of the best runs I've seen all year, Bo. Sometimes you just have to tip your hat and say, hey, that was a great play. Sammy Johnson from the Southside 18-yard line starts right, nothing there, cuts it back left, and you say, hey, this kid's got speed. He's going to try to outrun everybody. He has great field vision, sees an opening, cuts it back inside, walks in the end zone.
Yeah, it was a great cutback, and you see it was kind of like he was out there juking and jiving. You said, well, somebody's going to get him at any second, and then, at some point you're like, no, there's no way. You can't catch him. He's just too quick. And, as you mentioned, the field vision, that's why this kid is so special. And, I hate to keep harping on it, but that was such a great run, and then you see him kind of just almost limping off the field. He looks like he's clearly in pain, so we'll see how effective he is in the second half.
Well, he's got a shoulder injury or an arm injury of some type because he was holding that right arm close to the vest, and it'll be interesting to see. They didn't really have a lot of drop-off when they made the switch in backs. Sammy Johnson's a great back, but they've got 2 really good backs. Southside gets the ball back, and we may be talking about this at the end of the ball game, Bo. You're ahead by 7. Southside gets the ball back with approximately 1 minute on the clock. They go 78 yards in 4 plays. The key play of the drive was a 45-yard pass from Tay Gatewood to Dylan Wyatt, and a great catch by Wyatt, reaching up, catching the ball, securing it, and then hitting the ground, hanging on the football.
Yeah, absolutely. And, we talked about him stepping up on that last drive. And, he's a guy, we've kind of been looking for him all year. He'll show little flashes of greatness, and then he'll kind of go away for a game. And, with those 2 great receivers in Tyrese and Jordan Jackson, sometimes he gets left out, but he's a really good receiver in his own right. And, I hope we went for 2 there at the end. And, you mentioned we may be talking about that at the end of the game. I hope not. I hope we can get 1 or 2 stops in the second half, and that is not a factor. And I just hope Jordan Jackson and Tyrese don't run out of gas. Those guys are going to need oxygen. They've been running up and down the field so much.
Well, just as you say that, the last play of the half for Southside to get the points was an 18-yard pass completion from Tay Gatewood, a nice throw in traffic to Tyree Solomon. Equally nice catch in traffic, and he's able to elude the defender, get in the end zone. And, Bo, I kind of joke about this is the fact that Southside's had poor field position to be able to score 39 points, but sometimes you got to have open space. We talk sometimes Southside really struggles in the red zone sometimes because it kind of negates a bit of that speed. You can't get going sometimes, but you see a big difference here in the first half, and especially with Tyree Solomon.
Yeah, you're right. We were able to find some success in the middle of the field, but as we get closer to the end zone, it gets tougher on us. Southside, their offense is a lot like their defense. We're not a power team. We're not going to run over anybody, so we get in goal line situations. We kind of have to be creative to find ways to put it in the end zone. We saw that last week against Bryant. We had 4 chances from the 1, basically, and couldn't get it in. So, we hadn't had trouble in that respect with this game, so hopefully that'll continue.
Again, we're at the half. Southside leads 39-26. Be back with more after this. Just in Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
A largemouth bass tearing at your bait, mallard circling above. Dawn breaking through your tree stand, it's the outdoors that you love. Tackle boxes, hunting and fishing gear for what you love to do. The adventure starts at the tackle box for sportsmen just like you.
For all of your hunting and fishing needs, head to the Tackle Box, 3001 South Zero Street, Fort Smith. Call the Tackle Box today at 646-3193.
Tonight's Southside Maverick football game is being brought to you in part by La Huerta Grill. La Huerta serves the best Mexican food anywhere. Enjoy mouth-watering fajitas with all the fixins for just $7.99. La Huerta Grill's lunch specials are perfect if you're in a hurry. Only $3.99 for the Speedy Gonzales. Open Saturday through Thursday, 11 to 9, Fridays, 11 to 10. La Huerta Grill, located on the corner of Old Greenwood Road and South Gary, a proud sponsor of Southside Maverick football.
Hal's Homemade Beef Jerky is known around the country for their fresh and delicious homemade beef jerky. For over 25 years, Hal's Homemade Beef Jerky has been offering a variety of spices and flavors to dress your beef jerky to fit your taste buds and is the perfect choice for homemade food lovers. Stop by their store in Shady Point, Oklahoma and get a free $5 bag when you spend $20 or order online at halsHomemadeJerky.com. Call 918-635-5759. Now accepting EBT.
River Valley Truck Outfitters has served Western Arkansas and the River Valley area with a commitment to quality and excellence unmatched in the truck accessories industry. Whether you need step bars, grill guards, diesel performance products, camper shells, or wheels and tires, shop at the store you can depend on. River Valley Truck Outfitters, Highway 71 south atop Rye Hill in Fort Smith. River Valley Truck Outfitters, where quality and customer service is always number one.
Hey Maverick fans, this is Ethan Gamble, your local State Farm agent. Every team knows that the two-point play can be a winning move. That's why at my State Farm agency, my team and I are here to help you go for two by combining your home and auto insurance. It's a great call that saves you time and money. So go for the win and score savings by combining your home and auto. It's just another way we're here to help life go right. Call me at 479-783-2588 today.
All offers with approved credit. See dealer for details. Hey, old Rockin' Randola here. Crane Hyundai on Zero Street in Fort Smith. And you know what Crane Hyundai on Zero Street has that the other dealers don't have? The Crane Commitment. That's right. 100,000-mile warranty on every new and pre-owned vehicle sold. It's 100% low price guarantee and 100-hour love it or leave it exchange policy. And Hyundai Assurance. Plus, Crane Hyundai lets you shop over 1,500 pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. If you're even thinking about a vehicle, you need to think Crane Hyundai Zero Street in Fort Smith.
Welcome back to action. We're at halftime. We're here at Jim Rowland Stadium with the Mavericks leading 39-26 over the Catholic Rockets. Remember, tonight's game is brought to you by Carmen Trucking. Remember, if you bought it, a truck brought it to you. Without trucks, America stops. You're a family-owned trucking company based in Fort Smith, a proud sponsor of the Fort Smith school system. And, Keith, if people out there just tuning in, they missed a great first half.
You're exactly right. They did. The Southside leads 39-26, and if you like offense, there's a lot of it tonight, and I don't expect it to slow down at all by any means.
No, I don't. The only way it's going to slow down is if Jordan Jackson and Tyrese just pass out on the middle of the field. There's a lot of passing by the Mavs, not much on the ground. Maybe we'll get some more rushing yards this second half.
Again, we're at the half. Southside leads 39-26. Be back with the second half kickoff after this. This is Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
First National Bank of Fort Smith has been committed to the community and their customers for a very long time. In fact, since 1872. You might say a few things have changed since then, but a couple of things at First National Bank have remained the same for the last 145 years. First National Bank is still locally owned with local decisions, so they know that their commitment continues. They're proud of the past and excited about the future. First National Bank of Fort Smith. Member FDIC.
Hey Maverick fans, this is Ethan Gamble, your local State Farm agent, and football fans know some things just go together. Quarterbacks and receivers, face paint and super fans, game days and tailgates. At my State Farm agency, we know another winning combination, home and auto. My team and I are here to help life go right when you combine your home and auto insurance, which saves you time and money. So get your home and auto on the same team and score some savings. Call me at 479-783-2588.
What's your favorite thing about Repeat's Place?
Catfish on Fridays.
I definitely come for the pie. Pie's my favorite thing.
Meatloaf, pinto beans, mashed potatoes and gravy, and the cornbread is phenomenal.
Great food, great friends, good times at Repeat's Place.
I told them, I said, if I had one last meal and I was on death row, I would have them cater that meal to me. It would be my choice.
7830 Highway 71 South, open daily Monday through Saturday for lunch and dinner.
Welcome back to Jim Rowland Stadium. Just about ready to start the second half. Remember, tonight's game is brought to you in part by Crane Hyundai in Fort Smith. Outstanding service before, during, and after the sale at Crane Hyundai, 3600 South Zero, Fort Smith. Bo, what do we need to do to pull this out here in the second half ahead at halftime by 13?
Well, you just have to make one or two stops. It's not going to take a lot. You just need one or two. Keep doing what you're doing and then stop them a couple times. I think we talked about during the break, they've only punted a couple times. One of their possessions, we recovered the fumble on the kickoff. So we ourselves, the Mavs, have only punted a couple times, and then we threw an interception. So turnovers could be big. If we could force a turnover or two, that would help us, and then just keep the foot on the gas pedal. I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, I got a question, too. I had a bit of a concern. Southside's inability, obviously it didn't matter in the first half, but they weren't able to run the ball very effectively. Do you think they may try to establish a run at all here?
Well, they stayed with it. We saw them even as the half wore on. They tried to establish the run, even though it wasn't working, so I think they will. It should get easier as the game goes on, I would think, but we'll see what Catholic does on defense. They may try to back off a little and stop some of our high-powered passing attack, and that may open up some holes in the middle of that line.
Sammy Johnson will go back deep. We were kind of wondering if he'd be out there, but he's back out there, stands on the right side along with Luke Shilconnect. Here's a kick by Connor Robles. Shilconnect will take it at the 10-yard line. He's at the 15. He's at the 20, 25. There's a hole at the 25 across the 30 up to the 38-yard line where Cameron Belcher along with Mason Love make the play for the Southside special teams.
Here we go with that good field position. Looks like they're going to have it around the 38-yard line. So I still agree with it. You don't kick it to Sammy Johnson, but when you do that, you definitely give them better starting field position.
Again, they'll come with the same line. They've got Sammy Johnson out there. I'm looking at number 75. That's one big kid. They've got him listed at 320. He's every bit of that. As James takes a snap, here's a inside handoff to Johnson off the right side, cuts it back inside, crosses the 40-yard line, will get up to about the 44-yard line where a whole host of Southside Mavericks make the play, being led by Ryan Tucker.
Well, I tell you what, we had a chance to stop him for no gain, but if one guy gets there, you can just forget it. You're not bringing him down. If you're on your own, you're not going to bring him down. You've got to have 2 or 3 Mavericks with you to help.
They'll spot the ball actually at the 45-yard line. Be a gain of 7, brings up second down, 2nd and 3 for the Rockets. Just underway here in the second half. And they've got Sammy Johnson this time split out left side of the field with one back in the backfield. Here's a handoff to Shilconnect in the backfield. He's going to have the first down at the Catholic 49-yard line where a whole host of Mavericks make the play for Southside. Will be a first down for Little Rock Catholic. And Mason Gregory, it's Hebron Ulrich makes a play for Southside. Ulrich, big first half for the Southside defense.
Yeah, he's like you mentioned last week against Bryant. He's kind of come alive, and he's picking up where he left off, too, just like the rest of the linebackers.
Be 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. James will work from the pistol formation, takes a snap. Throws a pass out complete to Sammy Johnson. A great job over there making the play for Southside, hitting him on contact. That's D.D. Smith making the play for Southside. And, Bo, you can't do any better than that. Lost the 3.
No, you really can't. D.D. was right on him. They tried some little inside tunnel screen to Sammy. And D.D., you don't really teach him tackling like that. He hit him high, but he jumped up and grabbed him around the shoulder pads.
Close quick.
That's right. He hung on, wouldn't let go.
It'll actually be a loss of 2. It'll be second down, 2nd and 12 for the Rockets. They go 3 in the backfield. Here's a snap. Here's a handoff to the right to Johnson. Johnson cuts it back left. Gets inside the Southside 45 down to the Southside 43 where Ryan Tucker makes a play for the Southside defense. And, Bo, they have him hemmed in.
He's just so patient.
He gets away.
He's moving to his right, and you look at him like, I almost thought it was a halfback pass. He's just creeping along, and he's just waiting for the hole to open up, and he sees it. You mentioned earlier the field vision. He sees it back to his left and cuts it back for a big gain.
He comes out of the ball game, is able to check Stillhonk in the ball game. He will get the handoff. We'll have the first down as he crosses the 40-yard line to the Southside 35-yard line.
Well, they're doing it on the ground this series, and we've seen this before. We're going to have to bow up and stop them.
Bo, I keep watching Sammy Johnson, and he is really favoring that right arm.
That right
Something's
arm
going on there, but
hanging limp.
I hate to say it, but if he goes down hard one play, it could be disaster for Little Rock Catholic. Obviously, they checked him out. He wouldn't be out there if they didn't think he could be.
So he's definitely fighting through some pain right now.
And Catholic's going to take a timeout. With that timeout, we'll take one too. This is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
South 28 Boutique is your source for local and authentic labels such as the complete Lauren James collection, Southern Tide, and Rustic Cuff. They offer tailgating hogwear for the entire family and menswear. Join their VIP texting to earn points for savings on the labels you love. And teachers always get 10% off the total purchase price. Download the South 28 app and save 20% off any one item with free shipping. Located at 418 North Plaza Drive, Van Buren. Call or text 719-2019.
Floyd Trailer Honda at 3200 South Zero Street in Fort Smith has been serving the River Valley for decades. A quality product and a commitment to customer service is what keeps people coming back. And Floyd Trailer Honda is a proud supporter of Fort Smith Southside Athletics. Stop in today and see the new Hondas arriving daily at Floyd Trailer Honda, 3200 South Zero Street, Fort Smith. Visit them online at trailerhonda.net.
Welcome back to action. It's 1st and 10 for Little Rock Catholic at the Southside 36-yard line. James calls out signals, takes a snap. Wants to throw the ball, nothing there. He gets away, will run the ball, gets inside the Southside 35 down to the Southside 32-yard line. Gain of 4 on the play, brings that second down, 2nd and 6. Bo, he wanted to look like a quick slant pass over the middle that was covered.
Yeah, good job by the Maverick secondary there. Excuse me. Covering that one up, and it was just kind of a busted play. He had nowhere to go, but still able to turn it into positive yardage.
This time they'll split Sammy Johnson on the short side of the field to the left. Here's a handoff to Shellconnect. Shellconnect is going to get outside, inside the Southside 30, down to the Southside 25, down to the 24. And Bo, that was a play where I think they had a chance to get him, but it was poor positioning out there. When you're the last line of defense out there, you've got to force him back to the inside. They gave him the outside. He gets the first down.
Yeah, you got to get your head across and force him back into the interior of the field where you've got some help. And that was the third time they've sent Sammy Johnson out of the backfield, kind of out to a receiver position. And I think that maybe they're just kind of using him as a decoy right now, but he's alone back right now.
Here's a handoff to Johnson off the left side. He cuts it back inside, will be hit and dropped at the 21-yard line. Good pursuit by the Southside defense. Be a gain of 3 on the play, as leading the charge is Jalen Coleman for Southside, along with Cam Belcher. Will be a gain of 3 on the play, brings up 2nd down, 2nd and 7.
And this is a big series for the Maverick defense.
This is one of the longest drives of the night, too, Bo.
Yeah.
James calls out signals, waits on the snap. Here's a snap. Now, Southside is moving along the line of scrimmage. Let's see what the penalty. There's going to be a flag on the play. Let's see what the penalty is going to be. Maybe, looks like Catholic may have reacted to the Southside stunt. It will be a 5-yard procedural penalty. Brings the ball back to the Southside 26-yard line. And, well, this is a chance for Southside to get off the field. 2nd and 11. They've run 7 plays here, almost 5 minutes here in the third quarter. I mean, we call this an eternity in a game like this. James takes a snap. He wants to throw the ball, rolls right, still rolling, throws the ball down the field, has an open receiver at the 10-yard line. He will get down to the 9-yard line. A nice throw and catch that time. That was Nick Cobb on the catch for Little Rock Catholic. Will have a first down for the Rockets at the Southside 9-yard line.
Well, that was just a good play by the Rockets. They rolled their quarterback out of the pocket, really didn't have much pursuit on him. They had a man rolling out to the flats, kind of running with him, and just threw it over our defense's head.
Be first and goal at the 9-yard line. Here's a handoff to Shellconnect. He is hit and will be dropped at about the 7-yard line. We'll bring up 2nd down, 2nd and goal for the Rockets. Southside getting tough on the goal line. We saw that last week against Bryant, Bo, stepping up, making defensive stand there late in the ball game.
Yeah, absolutely. Kept that high-powered Bryant offense out of the end zone. We need to do that again right here to Catholic.
2nd goal at the 7-yard line. Here's a snap to James. James rolls to his right. Here comes the heat. He gets away from the heat, is going to run with the football, is going to be hit at the 9-yard line. Drags forward to about the 6-yard line, and he's not that big of a kid, but he got some pretty good yardage on that.
He did. He made a couple of Maverick defenders miss. We had a chance to stop him for a really big loss. He made 2 guys miss, then scrambled. A couple of more Mavericks hit him, and he drug them a couple of yards.
That was Cameron Belcher again making the play for the Southside defense, and that young man has really come alive here the last 2 weeks.
Yes, he has. He's playing tough. He's another one of those short, stocky kids that just loves to hit.
Again, this is a big play for the Southside defense. 3rd down, 3rd and goal from the 6-yard line as James calls out signals, has Johnson in the backfield. A lot of movement on the play, going to move it back 5 yards, and the only one not moving on the play was Sammy Johnson.
That's right. He's just standing there. The whole of the Maverick defender came across the line of scrimmage, and this is fortunate right here for the Mavs. This makes it a 3rd and long situation.
Well, it is and it isn't, in the fact you give them maybe a bit more room to operate, to maybe run their pass routes a little bit. But, yeah, you'll take 5 yards at that point.
Are you saying that they're in 4-down territory right here? You think they're
I don't know. But the thing is, they've worked quite a bit of clock here. They've worked half of the 3rd quarter on this drive. They'll go with 2 backs in the backfield. Back there, too, is Brandon Ward. Now here's a man in motion. Here's a snap. They want to throw the ball. James throws a corner route down. It's going to be incomplete. Good coverage over there for Southside.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah, great job. I think that was
Dede, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't Dede. I'm trying to get the number, but that was Corbin Weaver, intended receiver. That is kind of hard to, when they're down at that end, it's hard to pick up the numbers. Might have been Bennett Wandell.
Well, it was, I mean, like you say, it was good coverage.
It was Dylan White.
Oh, Dylan White.
Number 2.
Well, the Catholic receiver was looking for a flag, and there was a little bit of contact, but I don't think it was interference.
That's a no play, I think. And they'll go with a field goal here. Great job by the Maverick defense. Elser in for the field goal attempt. This will be a 27-yard field goal. Here's the kick. It's up, and it's good. We've got 5:38 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Southside now leads 39-29. Be back with the Catholic kickoff after this. This is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
I think you love that car more than you love me.
How can you say that?
You hand wash it, you hand wax it, you listen to the same music.
Pure coincidence.
Mm-hmm. I just hope your insurance company feels the same way about it as you do.
I'm one happy camper.
Shelter Insurance has great agents who are nuts about cars. We're competitively priced, and our claims people are fast, fair, and friendly. Ask your agent about Shelter's auto insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Ask Shelter Insurance agent Chris Dooley about a free auto insurance review.
Welcome back. That was a 27-yard field goal by Christopher Elser. Cuts into the Southside lead, now 39-29 Bo. But that was a 10-play drive that used over 6 minutes of the clock. They get 3 points out of it. Great job, Maverick defense.
Absolutely, and that's what we said they needed to do, step up and get a stop. Got a field goal, but in this type of game, that's almost as good as a punt.
And here you have to worry about an onside kick, is they're actually going to have Kyle Fogelman hold the ball up. There's a lot of wind going on out there. Yeah, they're going to kick the ball off. Southside expecting maybe a possible onside kick, as Elser will kick the ball. Let's see. I'm trying to look and see that you don't see the flags out there. See how it's going. Here's a kick. It will be a deep kick that will be fielded by Mason Love at the 5-yard line. Crosses the 10. He's at the 15-yard line, across the 20, cuts it back inside to about the 22-yard line. Good coverage by Catholic over there. Southside will start their initial drive of the second half on their own 22-yard line.
Yeah, and that was a good play by Brian Onyekwelu. He got blocked all the way to the ground and was able to get up and make the play on the return man. So that was a good job of staying with it.
Again, don't blink, just make it happen. First and 10 Southside, as I'll spot the ball at the 21-yard line. Again, Gatewood, your quarterback in the backfield. This time will be Brendan Ulrich. Ulrich will get a handoff off the right side, crosses the 25-yard line, cuts it back across the 27, 28, close to the 30-yard line. Will gain 9 on the play, brings up second down, 2nd and 1 for the Mavericks. And Bo, how would this be ahead 39-26 at halftime to see a game go down to, we saw this last week against Bryant, going back and forth in the first half, 2 possessions in the third quarter.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
Second down, 2nd and 1 for Southside. Here's a handoff to Ulrich. Ulrich will fight across the 30. Should have a Southside first down to the 31-yard line.
Well, that was interesting. They ran the exact same play out of the exact same formation. They send Tyrese across the field, fake it to him, and then hit Ulrich up the middle. The first time it went to the right. It was the exact same play, but it went to the left this time. It was just enough for the first down.
Let's spot the ball at the Southside 32-yard line. 4:44 to go here in the third quarter. Southside leads 39-29. Skatewood will direct the offense. They'll check Savoy in the backfield for Ulrich. They'll go strong left this time with Dolan in the backfield. Here's a handoff off the right side. That is Savoy. He crosses the 40s at the 45. Will be tackled at midfield. Probably a touchdown-saving tackle by William Flafkin.
Yeah, it was. He had a head of steam, and that was the exact same play 3 times in a row, except this time instead of handing it to Ulrich, they handed it to Savoy, and there was a big hole in the middle of the field. He had a nice head start before he got touched.
And that's Leighton Johnson in the backfield for Southside, working at fullback, the young sophomore. They really went away from, they go strong left and go back right. Nice call by the Southside coaching staff. As now man in motion, that's Tyrese Solomon. Here's a handoff to Savoy. He crosses midfield, will get into Catholic territory at about the 48-yard line. And Bo, I'm interested. I look at this Catholic defense. You've got the left side, they're maybe 1-2 yards or about 2 yards off the ball. Then you look on the right side, they're like 3 to 4 yards off the ball. I've never seen a defense like that.
Well, it is kind of strange, and you just kind of, I guess that's player preference. You line up where you want to line up. If you're antsy guys, you got to scoot them back so you don't jump off sides.
Instead of a 5-2, it's like a 1-7. As Gatewood will have no backs in the backfield, takes a snap. He's going to be a quarterback keeper. Gatewood will be grabbed and pulled down to the 46-yard line. They read that one pretty good. Not a lot there for Southside. Making the play is Tyler Mailer will bring up third down, and they'll spot it back to the 46-yard line, 3rd and 6 for the Mavericks.
And this is a big third down to keep this drive alive. You were wondering if they were going to try to establish the run. Well, it's the 5th play of this drive and all 5 runs. So I guess Coach Williams answered that for us.
Well, it really helped, too, that they held Catholic to a field goal. That really kind of changed what you're going to do, I think. Again, third down as Southside goes trip set to the right of Gatewood. Savoy in the backfield to Gatewood's right. Here's a keeper by Gatewood. Gatewood crosses the 45. He will get a Southside first down at the 35-yard line and will run out of bounds wisely at the 34-yard line. Interesting call. Spread them out. Let Gatewood do his magic.
Yeah, absolutely. You just let your quarterback keep it, and he's generally good for 5 yards. So you got a big play to get. Put it in the hands of your big playmaker.
The 1st and 10 Southside at the Catholic 33-yard line. 2:43 to go here in the third quarter. Southside leads 39-29 as Gatewood looks to the sidelines to get the signals. 10 seconds on the play clock. Southside again goes strong left this time with Leighton Jackson at fullback. Ricardo Savoy is your tailback. As now man in motion, that's Tyrese Solomon. Here's a handoff to Savoy off the right side. Dances for about 2 yards over there. They'll spot him maybe a yard on the play. They'll give him 1 yard. We'll bring up 2nd down, 9 to the 32-yard line.
Well, I guess you just keep running the same play until they decide they can stop it. They're doing the same formation every time. Out of the pistol, you send Tyrese from the far side of the field to the near side of the field, fake it to him, and then hand it off up the middle.
Well, I joke, this is the twilight zone. We had so much fast-paced action in the first half, and not a lot of, each team has had one possession here in the second half. As Southside will have 2nd down, 2nd, 9, trip set to the wide side of the field. Gatewood calls out signals, takes a snap, looks to throw the ball, steps up in the pocket, throws the ball, going to be almost intercepted over there. Making the play defensively is Nathan Johnson. Intended receiver was Dylan Wyatt. Will bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 9 for Southside, and obviously 2 downs here at this point.
Yeah, and the first pass play they've thrown this entire drive, and looking for Dylan Wyatt on a little in route and one-hopped it. Just kind of, and there was a lot of traffic there. I think he tried to keep it away from the defender and wasn't able to get it to Dylan.
Southside goes trip set wide side of the field. No one in the backfield with Gatewood as Gatewood looks over the defense. Here's a snap to Gatewood. Here's a quick slant pass complete to that's Brendan Ulrich. Will get inside the 30 down to about the 26-yard line, be about 3 yards short of the first down. And obviously they'll go for it here.
Yeah, I like that play call. You get most of the yardage you need. It's 4th down. You set it up to a very manageable 4th and 3. We got a lot of plays we can pick up 3 yards on.
Have you noticed, too, Southside has really been throwing the ball more to Ulrich here as the season goes on?
Yeah, he's been coming out of the backfield a lot, and they've been motioning him out of the backfield, which I like.
Fourth down, 4th and 2 for Southside. They go trip set wide side of the field. Here's a snap to Gatewood. It's a keeper by Gatewood up the middle. He's not going to have it, as he's going to be stopped at the 25-yard line.
Well, that was a big stop by Catholic, and it was, it was a big 3rd down. They needed 5 yards earlier in the game, and they dialed up that same play, a little inside keeper for Gatewood, and needed about 3 or 4 on 4th down and couldn't get it this time.
We've got an injured Maverick on the field. With that injury, we'll take a timeout. Just on Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
Tyler Wilson here for Crabtree RV in Alma. Football season is here, and whether you're tailgating with the Razorbacks or enjoying the great outdoors, Crabtree can help you experience the natural state. Our giant indoor showroom makes shopping enjoyable with hundreds to choose from. You're sure to find the right RV for any budget. Like the 2018 KZ Sportsman fifth wheel starting at $245 a month, or the 2018 Coachman Freedom Express as low as $210 a month. We're behind the Cracker Barrel in Alma, Crabtree RV, where your family's dreams come true.
The office of Dr. Henry J. U. Dodge Jr. and Dr. Henry J. U. Dodge III at U. Dodge Orthodontics has been a respected provider in our orthodontic care community since 1972. The top priority of their practice is to provide you the highest quality orthodontic care in a fun, friendly, comfortable environment. They utilize the latest technological advances in the field of orthodontics to ensure that you receive the most effective care possible. U. Dodge Orthodontics, 782-3021. Go Mavericks!
Sean Ottman was the injured Maverick on the play. The good thing is he's walking off under his own power. It'll be 1st and 10 for Catholic. Here's a handoff to Sammy Johnson off the left side. Good pursuit by the Mavericks. They'll throw him for about a yard loss. There's Cam Belcher again for Southside, leading the charge over there along with Bennett Windell.
Yeah, it was a good play by Belcher coming down the line. That was the one they hurt us for. Oh, we got a flag here. What's this about, Keith?
Well, the referees hadn't thrown one the whole second half. I think we've had one penalty here in the second half.
Well, they don't know what to think about these long drives either. That last play by the Mavericks was 10-play drive and came up empty, but ate a lot of clock. So that was basically the whole 3rd quarter with those 2 drives.
It's going to be a sideline warning on Southside. It'll be 2nd down, 2nd and 11, and well, this is a big defensive stand if you can get it here. There's 51 seconds to go here. It'll be 2nd down, 2nd and 11 for the Rockets. And Jake James, your quarterback, waits on the snap, takes a snap. He wants to throw, rolls to his right. Here comes the pressure, throws it out complete at the 26-yard line. Great defensive play for Southside over there right at the 28-yard line.
And good job by Sam Wynn putting some pressure on the quarterback, making him throw it early. And as the ball came out of his hands, he laid a big hit on Jake James.
And that was Jalen Coleman. That was Brandon Ward on the reception, but Jalen Coleman got him in his tracks. It'll be 3rd down, 3rd and 6 for the Rockets. They'll go with Johnson in the backfield, trip set wide side of the field. James wants to throw the ball. Here comes the pressure. He's going to throw the ball. Should be a intentional grounding over there as the ball was thrown to the side. The only thing I can say is maybe they thought that Belcher redirected the pass. It looked like to me intentional grounding.
I mean, he was outside the tackle box. He was running for his life.
Does that matter in high school?
I don't know if it didn't get to the line of scrimmage, though. It just kind of went straight out of bounds to the sideline.
It was almost like a lateral, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, which actually should have been spotted right there. Nonetheless, great job, Cam Belcher, 4th down. Elser will kick the ball away. Here's the kick. It's going to come down to fair catch called by Coleman at the 41-yard line. Southside will start their drive there with 2.9 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. And, Bo, this game has gone to a snail's pace. 3 points here in the second half, and this is only the 2nd possession for the Mavs here in the second half. They're ahead by 10.
I feel cheated now. I'm ready to see these guys run up and down the field again.
But you know what Southside did, and I like it. They really tried to establish a run there, and they really did a pretty good job. So,
yeah, I think they made some good defensive adjustments coming out of halftime, really by both sides of the ball. I mean, both sides, the Rockets and the Mavericks.
The 1st and 10 for Southside at the 42-yard line. And that's a good job by Coleman, too, just making a catch like that. Now Southside has one too many players, and they'll rush a player off. That was a big offensive lineman. I think probably maybe going in for Ottman. Here's a pass play by Gatewood, throws the ball down the field, has it wide open. Jordan Jackson at the 10, 5, touchdown Southside.
That's what I'm talking about. I guess the whole plan of that last series was to lull the Rockets to sleep because Jordan Jackson got behind the defense, and there wasn't a man within 10 yards of him. It was just a simple throw and catch at that point. As long as Tate Gatewood gets it anywhere in the vicinity, Jackson's going to come down with it. He caught it in stride, and that was just, I mean, that made it look easy right there.
Well, Bo, I have to ask this question, too. When that happens, when you're running the ball like they were effective there on the last series, I mean, it's got to scare Catholic knowing they're getting beat when they're stopping the run, knowing that can happen. He was wide open.
Yeah, absolutely.
Robles checks in for the extra point. Johnson on the hold. Ball is down. Your kick is up. And your kick is good. Southside leads 46-29 at the end of the third quarter. Be back at the start of the fourth quarter after this. It's Southside Maverick Football on Spread 106.3.
Hello, radio listener. Are you enjoying the football game tonight? How would you like to be sitting in the warm, relaxing, and highly beneficial swirling waters of your own hot spring spa? A spa can be both relaxing and fun, and a great end to an exhilarating football game. So hurry into Burton Pools and Spas at 6121 South Zero to check out the great deals on pools and spas. Burton Pools and Spas. Let them show you how to get your feet wet without getting in over your head.
All offers with approved credit. See dealer for details. Hey, old Rocket Randola here. Crane Hyundai on Zero Street in Fort Smith. And you know what Crane Hyundai on Zero Street has that the other dealers don't have? The Crane Commitment. That's right. 100,000-mile warranty on every new and pre-owned vehicle sold. It's 100% low price guarantee and 100-hour love it or leave it exchange policy. And Hyundai Assurance. Plus, Crane Hyundai lets you shop over 1,500 pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. If you're even thinking about a vehicle, you need to think Crane Hyundai Zero Street in Fort Smith.
Your home for Fort Smith Southside football is Spirit 106.3 KZKZ Greenwood, Fort Smith.
Welcome back. That was a three-play drive for Southside, a 58-yard touchdown pass from Tay Gatewood to Jordan Jackson. Here's the kickoff. It's going to be fielded at the 20-yard line. He's at the 25-yard line. Sam Wynn gets him right there. Great job defensively by Southside getting down there and making the play on Nick Cobb. It'll be 1st and 10 for Catholic at their 27-yard line. And Bo, one thing I got to say about this Southside defense here in the second half, Catholic has, they moved the ball some on them, but that first series of the second half, how big was that forcing that field goal?
Yeah, it really was. I mean, it just kind of changed the tone of the whole game, forced the field goal, and then forced them to punt the second time they got the ball.
Here's a handoff to Sammy Johnson. He's going to be hit by Sam Wynn as he crosses the 25. We'll get to about the 27-yard line. Gauge 1 on the play, brings up second down, 2nd and 9. Not day, Bo. The defense stopping the run.
Yeah, the defense has come out with a mission, and Sam Wynn right now is playing great. He's all over the field.
A second down, 2nd and 9 for Catholic. 11:31 to go here. Southside leads 46-29. James calls out signals, has Johnson in the backfield. James takes a snap. Here's a quick slant pass, incomplete. Tried to get the ball over there to Corbin Weaver. On the coverage for Southside is D.D. Smith. It'll be, again, 3rd down, 3rd and 10. And I'm getting excited. I got to say this. I mean, I don't want to jump ahead of anything, but the defense is playing well.
They're playing much better. I mean, I saw Luke Richardson right then putting the pressure on Jake James, forcing a quick throw again, so that's good.
Big play here for the Maverick defense as James goes back to pass. Here comes the pressure. James is rolling out, throws the ball. It's going to be intercepted. Intercepted by Hebron Ulrich at the 25-yard line. Will get inside the 20, pulled down at the 18-yard line.
Awesome job, and once again, I think you got to give that interception to the D-line. I mean, they were in the backfield as soon as the ball was snapped, forced James to roll out, put the pressure on him. He made a bad decision, threw it right to Hebron.
Hebron Ulrich, big ball game for Southside.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I mean, these linebackers, I mean, they're picking up right where they left off at Bryant last week. They're playing great. This is turning into a really solid group.
It's going to be a personal foul, too, on Catholic after the play, so the ball will be spotted from the 19. My math will tell me. I'm going to guess and say just half the distance, 11?
Yeah, 10 and 11. Let's see.
Well, they take a full 10 yards, looks like. They're right at the 10-yard line. Be 1st and goal at the 10-yard line for Southside. Easily the best field position of the night.
Yeah. And that's just, I mean, you mentioned, you said the defense starting to play good, and then they come up with a huge interception. That was perfectly timed. Can't do it much better than that.
Be 1st and goal Southside as Brendan Ulrich will check in the backfield for the Mavs. Gatewood calls out signals, takes a snap. Here's a handoff to Ulrich, gets inside the 5, finds toward the goal line. Southside, touchdown.
Well, Ulrichs are having a game on both sides of the ball. Now, see, in the first half, it was Tyrese and Jordan Jackson trying to outdo each other. Now you got the two brothers going at it.
Well, Bo, I'll tell you what's causing that is the fact I talked to Buzz Sawyer today, and those are actually his nephews, the Ulrich twins are. And I told Buzz, I said, you tell Lori that they were second in the pecking order to get Player of the Week, and I think they're pushing for it.
That's right. They're fighting for it. See, they want that T-shirt.
Connor Robles will attempt the extra point. Ball is down. Your kick is up. And your kick is good. Southside now leads 53-29. Be back with the Mav kickoff after this. This is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
South 28 Boutique is your source for local and authentic labels such as the complete Lauren James collection, Southern Tide, and Rustic Cuff. They offer tailgating hogwear for the entire family and menswear. Join their VIP texting to earn points for savings on the labels you love. And teachers always get 10% off the total purchase price. Download the South 28 app and save 20% off any one item with free shipping. Located at 418 North Plaza Drive, Van Buren. Call or text 719-2019.
Welcome back. That was a one-play drive for Southside. It was really the Ulrich brothers taking care of that. You had the interception by Hebron, set them up, followed by the personal foul penalty, then a 10-yard run by Brendan for the touchdown. Southside now leads 53-29 as Connor Robles will kick off for the Mavs. Back deep again will be Sammy Johnson. I don't think Sammy Johnson's out there anymore. Here's going to be the kick. It's going to be fielded at the 15-yard line. He's at the 20. He's at the 25-yard line. That she'll connect on the return. We'll get up to the 30-yard line. And, Bo, ahead by 24 now. I think they may be throwing up the white flag right here with Sammy Johnson not back there.
You see, I think you're probably right. I mean, I think him being in the game earlier with, obviously fighting through some injuries shows you what an important game this was. But, yeah, as the Mavericks start to pull away, I think we may not see him again.
They're in the same boat we're in. They need a victory, and this was a chance for them tonight. And, it's going to be that way the next 3 weeks. When we play Central and Northside, all trying to get in the playoffs. James wants to throw the ball, throws the ball incomplete. Over there, that was Corbin Weaver, intended receiver, making the play defensively for Southside. Over there is D.D. Smith. And you can't say enough about D.D. Smith and Jalen Coleman tonight. Have played really solid off the corner.
Yeah, D.D.'s playing. He's having a great game. We've seen him not only been really tight coverage, but actually make some good tackles as well.
Again, it'll be second down, 2nd and 10 for Catholic. As James calls out signals, takes a snap, hands the ball off to his tailback, who crosses the 45-yard line and will get the first down at the 48-yard line. As she'll connect on the carry. Making the play for the Southside defense is Ryan Tucker. Tucker quietly having a good ball game for the Mavs tonight. He 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's the snap. Shilkanet gets the handoff again off the right side, has a first down inside the 40, inside the 35. There's a fumble on the play. Southside will jump on it at the 10-yard line. That's big old number 99, Martez Gaston, making the play for Southside. And when it rains, it pours.
That's right. Shilkanet just coming off the end of a good run, made an excellent cut in the hole. Was going to pick up about 15 yards and got hit and fumbled the ball. And then I think it got kicked because it went soaring towards the Maverick end zone, and Gaston ran it down, thankfully, before it could get down there for a touchback.
Well, touchback would be okay instead. But, hey, this is where we want the ball right at the 10-yard line. We can do it right here.
Absolutely. The only thing would be better is if we got a penalty and move it back to the 5. Yeah.
Be 1st and 10 Southside at their own 10-yard line as Ricardo Savoy checks in the ball game. Southside will go with the fullback. I think that's Dolan out there for Southside. Either Dolan and Johnson have played most of the time. Here's a handoff to Savoy. Savoy crosses the 10. Will get up to about the 15-yard line. And, Bo, I like the decision that Southside has made here in the second half to run the football. I think that obviously set up the touchdown pass, but I think it really wore down that defensive line.
Yeah, I agree. And we talked about it. They weren't having any success in the first half running it, but they kept coming back to it. And I think they were trying to set this very scenario up towards the end of the game. Now the Rocket defense is getting tired, and we're getting chunky yardage off of these runs.
Matt Dolan sets up this time on the left side with Gatewood, your quarterback, works pistol formation. Now man in motion. Here's a handoff to Savoy again. And he's going to drive forward for about 3, maybe, let's call it 2 yards on the play. We'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 2 for the Mavs. We've got 9:50 to go here in the ball game. Southside leads 53-29.
And, Keith, I keep expecting them any time to hand that ball off when Tyrese comes and has that fake. He comes from all the way on the far side of the field, and I feel like if they would just give it to him once, he'd be off to the races.
I'd like to see that double reverse they did with Jordan Jackson last week. That was a sweet play. Again, third down for Southside, 3rd and 2 at their own 17-yard line. Here's a snap. Gatewood throws the ball, and it's going to be knocked down. Good defensive play. They're making the defensive play. It's Peter Fitz. Peter Fitz has played a solid ball game tonight for Little Rock Catholic.
He has. He's made some really good defensive plays. Hurried Gatewood, sacked Gatewood. That's the second deflection, I think. Yeah, because the first one went straight up, and he almost caught it.
He only had a couple of catches tonight,
he's
too.
Playing on the offensive side of the ball, too.
Yeah, you could say a pun here. He gives the other team fits.
But where's the buzzer? Where's the buzzer?
That's bad. That's bad. Again, Puckett will punt the ball away for Southside. Here's his kick. He gets a good kickoff this time. Going to be a fair catch called over there at the 48-yard line, making the play. And the catch is Corbin Weaver. That's where Catholic will start this drive on the Southside side of the field. They'll spot it right at the 47-yard line.
Well, Catholic had excellent field position throughout the first half. In the third quarter, we kind of changed that a little bit, but here we go right back again midfield for the Rockets.
And Bo, 24 points ahead, 9:19 to go. I still like to get at least one more stop here if we can. She'll connect in the backfield. We'll get a handoff this time off the right side. He's going to cross the Southside 40 down the Southside 35-yard line, and that's Ryan Tucker making the play for the Southside defense. And
She'll connect. Looks shaking up a little bit on that play.
Yeah, I think I'm not sure. We might have had a little face mask action there. He acted like the face mask might have been pulled. Now he's going to check out of the ball game, and
I think he's shaking out some cobwebs.
Yeah, and they'll check in another back, and it's not Sammy Johnson. This will be Brian Alsbrook checking in the ball game, and I think Mr. Johnson's night's over. I see him on the sideline there at the left side of the bench. He's sitting by himself right now.
Yeah, he's got his helmet off.
As good as advertised, though.
Absolutely.
Here's a handoff to Alsbrook up the middle. He will get down inside the Southside 30, down to the Southside 29-yard line.
Yes. Time ticks away in the fourth quarter. You're right. We would like to have another stop, but I just kind of get the feeling that this game seems like it's out of reach for the Rockets. They just has a feel to them. They just kind of have their heads down. It looks like I think they know that they're beat on this one.
Well, the thing is, too, if they were to score here, you've got to try an onside kick because your playoff life is on the line from each week. Now, here's a handoff. This is Shilkinick back in the ball game. We'll get inside the 25. We'll have a first down at the 24-yard line. And
yeah, if they lose this, they've got to win out, and that means beating Conway and Central. And Conway, we know how tough they are. So, yeah, definitely this is it. It's almost a must-win for both teams.
And actually, they've got a new quarterback checked in the ball game. That's Cooper Monroe at quarterback. Handoff again to Shilkinick. He'll get inside the 20. Will be hit right at the 20-yard line. Be a gain of 4 on the play. Monroe is a junior, 6'1", 210.
Yeah, and that's always scary when they put in a new quarterback. You never know what to prepare for.
So he'll lead his team up the line of scrimmage. We got 7:43 to go here in the ball game. Southside leads 53-29. Again, Shilkinick in the backfield will get a handoff, and that's Anata making the play for the Southside defense. We'll bring up third down, third and about 6. And Bo, I kind of think that Coach Fogelman has thrown up the white flag right now because really they're just content to run the football.
Yeah, they haven't put it in the air at all. See what they do here on 3rd and 6. But I agree. That's eating so much time off the clock, keeping the ball on the ground.
Monroe takes a snap. He wants to throw the ball, looks down the field, and it's going to be hit. And Southside has it. To see if they call it a fumble. No, they're going to call it incomplete now. No, Southside's going to get it.
Yeah,
he was going incomplete. Then he changed his mind. Southside will get the ball.
And that was Jalen Coleman coming on a safety blitz, and he's hurt on the play. He delivered a big shot to Monroe, and I think he might have knocked his breath out. He hit him so hard.
And with that injury, we'll take an injury timeout, too. This is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
Floyd Trailer Honda at 3200 South Zero Street in Fort Smith has been serving the River Valley for decades. A quality product and a commitment to customer service is what keeps people coming back. And Floyd Trailer Honda is a proud supporter of Fort Smith Southside Athletics. Stop in today and see the new Hondas arriving daily at Floyd Trailer Honda, 3200 South Zero Street, Fort Smith. Visit them online at trailerhonda.net.
Let's see. Leaky faucet Tuesday. Water flooding the yard. Better put that down for the middle of the month when the bills aren't due.
Honey, what are you doing?
Planning our plumbing problems, of course.
You can't plan our plumbing problems, but you should plan our plumber.
What do you mean?
Like all important contacts, I keep Westart Plumbing in my phone. They're always there when we need them, and they don't overcharge since they know we don't plan our plumbing problems. Here, honey, here's their number.
646-5151. Thanks, babe.
Westart Plumbing. We keep you flowing.
We'll go back to action. Here's a swing pass out complete to Brendan Ulrich. He will step out of bounds at the Southside 34-yard line. Again, 6:58 to go here in the ball game. Southside leads 53-29. Bo, a little interesting watching Northside. Northside giving a pretty good game to North Little Rock, 35-20 in the third quarter.
Yeah, that is surprising. I mean, the Northside defense playing well just to keep them to 35.
He's second down, 2nd and 2 for the Mavs as Gatewood calls out signals, takes a snap here as a handoff to Ulrich. Is going to be hit in the backfield. Is going to lose yardage back at the 35-yard line. We'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 6 for the Mavs.
And you got to give the Rocket defensive line a lot of credit right then. They were in the backfield as soon as the ball was snapped. Ulrich just had nowhere to go with it.
Well, that's the amazing thing about this game. Not really Southside has not been effective running the football tonight, yet they have 53 points. Again, 3rd down, 3rd and 6 for the Mavericks. In the backfield will be Ulrich. They go trip set wide side of the field. Here's a snap to Gatewood. Gatewood looks that way, throws the ball in the middle of the field. It's going to be complete. A great catch by Jordan Jackson. He had 3 Catholic defenders over there. Jackson jumps up, makes a leaping catch, and that's just to put the cherry on the top of the Sunday tonight for Jackson.
Absolutely. I mean, that was a good play by Gatewood, throwing it to a spot in traffic right where he knew his receiver was going to be, and a good job by Jackson going up to get it.
Be 1st and 10 Mavs at the 43-yard line, and I think that's the key, Bo. They'll probably just – you got Ulrich in the backfield, get him some work back there right now. That'll be the key. Only probably throwing the ball when you have to as Gatewood calls out signals. 7 on the play clock. We've got a flag on the play.
Illegal procedure.
Oh, the big old lineman moving on the play.
Yeah. It's hard to miss them at midfield.
I like the ones, though, that do that, and they look around. Who, me?
What? Me?
Yeah,
no.
Me? Yeah.
That's what I used to do.
Yep. 1st and 15 now for Southside. Gatewood takes a snap, hands the ball off to Ulrich. Ulrich, not much there. He's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage. Will fall forward. Ball's on the ground, but I think they called him down on the play, making the play defensively. I think that was Cole Black Oaken, Arkansas, on the play.
Black Oak, Arkansas. Famous town, famous band.
They'll bring up 2nd down, 2nd. I'm looking at the scoreboard, too. Fayetteville beating Harbor 28-21. My, how the big have fallen. Harbor, I want to go to this point. 2nd down, 2nd and 15 for Southside. They'll go empty backfield as Gatewood takes a snap, looks that way, throws the ball complete to Ulrich. He'll get across the 40-yard line up to the 42-yard line, running hard, gets away, and good effort by Brendan Ulrich. But Harbor, that'll be 3 losses. And, Bo, we saw – I want to go back to 2 years ago. They had a young sophomore defense, probably 6 kids. They were sophomores starting out there. And what's happened?
Well, it's hard to believe because I never would have guessed they'd had 3 losses after seeing them the first game this year. But they really have fallen off. And, we talked last year about the 7A West being down a little bit, but they're coming back strong, especially those Bentonville schools.
Yeah, especially Bentonville West in their second year of football. They win the conference. Again, 3rd down for Southside, 3rd and 11 as Gatewood takes a snap. Throws the ball over the middle complete. That is Dylan White, has a 1st down at the 41-yard line of Catholic. 3 catches tonight for Dylan White. He's kind of been overshadowed by Tyree Solomon and Jordan Jackson tonight, but big night for Dylan White.
Yes, and he's been very short-handed. He's come up with the catches when we needed it. And, boy, when Gatewood, when he rears back with that arm, he's got a long release, and it just, something exciting is about to happen when he drops back.
Again, 4:25 to go here. Southside leads 53-29. as Gatewood will set the team up, has Ulrich in the backfield. Gatewood waits on the snap. Here's the snap. He's going to hand the ball off. He's going to keep it this time. We'll get close to the 40-yard line. Again, making the play is Tyler Mailer. Mailer's had a good game. We talked about Peter Fitz for Catholic, but Mailer's had a good game from his inside backer position.
Yeah, it has, and I think that's just a function of them selling out, like we talked about earlier. They're not going to let us run it up the middle. They're going to force us to put it in the air, which luckily we've been able to do it with a lot of success tonight.
Bryant 17-10 over Cabot. I'll tell you what, losing Rent Heffley at Bryant really hurt them big time. They're going to struggle to get past North Little Rock and Conway the last 2 weeks as Gatewood takes a snap. He wants to throw it, throws it deep down the field. It's going to be a short pass, and it's going to be intercepted again. On the second interception that time is Alan Johnson. And, Bo, that was just a play where Gatewood really couldn't get set.
No, he didn't have time to set his feet and put all of his weight into the throw, and it showed because the throw fell short. And Jordan Jackson, again, had to turn into a defender and not able to break it up this time like he was earlier in the game.
They'll spot the ball at the 15-yard line again, 3:29 to go here. Southside has this one pretty much in the bag, ahead 53-29, and, Bo, this is a good start for Southside. They really did what they had to do on both sides of the ball tonight.
I tell you what, it just turned into a defensive struggle the second half. It's surprising.
Yeah, you look at the first half, yeah, it has. Here's a handoff to the running back, and he's hitting the backfield, going to lose several yards back there inside the 10-yard line. Now let's spot him back at the 11-yard line.
Well, it's a favorable spot, but good job, Ryan Tucker, getting into the backfield, meeting the running back and just driving him back.
Yeah, Tucker's had a quiet, good game tonight. We talked about that. And Jonathan Gonzalez will check in for Southside linebacker along with Tarek Excollin, as Southside is able to get some of the backups in the ballgame now. Here's a snap, a handoff to the running back. Boy, he's hit and dropped. That's
Tucker again along with Gaston, meeting at the running back. And that's, Tucker is so quick. He plays that outside backer position, but he's able to get in the backfield across that edge, and Gaston coming from the other side. That's a lethal combination.
That'll bring up third down, 3rd and 11 for the Rockets. The ball will be short of the 15-yard line. Again, your quarterback is Cooper Monroe. At tailback is Brian Alsbrook. Here's a snap to Monroe. Monroe wants to throw the ball, throws the ball deep down the field, has an open receiver, overthrows him over there. Pretty good coverage over there by Jalen Coleman. Intended receiver was Nick Cobb. The ball was just a bit overthrown. And I'll tell you what, Cooper Monroe has a pretty good arm.
Yeah, he does. And that was one of those, he's running down the sideline. He flung it, 50 yards in the air, 55. And Jalen Coleman, like you said, had good coverage. He was running stride for stride. Would have had to been a really perfect throw to hit the receiver's hands and have him catching in stride. Just overthrow him a little bit.
Elser will punt the ball back to Southside, back to Mason Love along with Jalen Coleman. Elser punts the ball, and it's going to be fielded by Coleman at the 42-yard line. Gets away, hits his own man, is at midfield now. Will get into Catholic territory at about the 49-yard line. That's where Southside will start this drive with 2:10 to go. Southside's going to get their first Central victory of the year tonight as they lead 53-29.
Yeah, first conference victory far into the season, but, we knew it was going to be a tough road starting off Cabot, Conway, and North Little Rock, and, and Bryant, of course, and we weathered that storm, so now we've got to take care of business, and like we mentioned earlier, we got to win the next 3 games, so we're starting out. We got the first one down. We'll see what we can do next week when we travel to Central Arkansas to play the Central High Tigers.
Bo, this is a dangerous team, Southside. They've only given up 3 points here in the second half to a very potent Catholic offense. Playing like this with the offense they have, they can do well. And here's a handoff to the running back. Gatewood still your quarterback.
Well, we talked at halftime. They needed to, basically just needed to get a couple stops, we thought. And it turned into defense has played great and really shut the Rockets' offense down. Hadn't been able to do anything with the exception of a field goal.
And to me, it really started, on that first series when you force a field goal. A really nice drive by the Rockets. They used a lot of time, 6 minutes. They were forced to kick a field goal. They had 1st and goal at the 9-yard line. Can't get it in. Great job by the Mav defense. And then Southside takes the ball over. Well, they don't score on their first possession. They run the ball and work the clock down and really won the game. Here's a handoff. That's Savoy's at the 40 down to the 39-yard line. Will have a Maverick first down, and Southside can pretty much do what they want to do here. 1:19 to go here. Southside leads 53-29.
Yeah, I agree, Keith. That first series by the Rockets, I mean, as you mentioned, it was a long series. They held it on the ground the whole time, ate up a lot of clock. But then when we held them to a field goal, it almost seemed to really kind of shift the momentum of the game. Because, they were thinking the same thing we're thinking. They can't stop us, so that they're going to have to score touchdowns. And then when they didn't do that, it was kind of like they kind of folded up shop right then.
And Southside will line up now in the victory formation as Gatewood will take a snap. We'll take a knee, and we are 51 seconds, and they haven't started the 25-second clock. We will probably have to run one more play to put this game to bed, and still haven't started the 25-second clock.
That's a friendly clock management there. Jim Rowland Stadium will take it.
And now they'll start at Southside. Yeah, we'll have to take a knee one more time. That should be your ball game. 32 seconds on the clock. Really nice win for the Mavs tonight. And Bo, we'll kind of discuss a little bit further here in the post game, but that's what they needed, obviously, to have a chance to make the playoffs. Here's a snap. They will take a knee. Gatewood takes another knee, and that's going to be your ball game as Southside's going to win this one tonight, 53-29. Be back to wrap it up after this. This is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
If you recognize that sound, you'll love what you hear next. There's a new bow pro shop available in Van Buren, Pinpoint Archery. Pinpoint Archery is where you can get your shot together. Get professional help ranging from sight string installation to refletching your favorite arrows. Find arrows, bows, and accessories, targets, free advice, indoor shooting range, and more. Visit pinpointarchery.com for additional information.